a great way to remember today's ball game. Stop by the Long Island Ducks photo booth. It's right there by the Wild Wind Shop on the main concourse behind home plate, and create your memory of today's ball game. That's the Long Island Ducks photo booth, main concourse behind home plate. Don't forget the Long Island Ducks Summer Baseball Clinic for the month of August is coming up on Friday and Saturday, August the 15th and August the 16th. It's a two-day session that runs from 9 in the morning to 12:30 in the afternoon, and lunch is included. Now, what could be better for learning new baseball skills for your favorite Long Island Ducks players and coaches out in the field, right here at this field that's in front of you.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one strike away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions. Live butt up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch, and for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
And a pleasant good evening, and well, good morning, I should say, and welcome into Bethpage Ballpark here in Central Islip, Long Island, where today the Long Island Ducks play host to the visiting York Revolution in the series finale of this three-game set here at the Duck Pond. Well, hello everybody. My name is Mark Schwartz, and I will be bringing you the play-by-play commentary for today's ball game as the Ducks take on the Revolution, looking for a three-game sweep here at Bethpage Ballpark. It would be the Ducks' first sweep since early July. 3 games here at the Duck Pond against the Camden River Sharks. So that's the ultimate goal for Long Island today, as they look to sweep the York Revolution. entering today's ball game. The Ducks overall are 9-16 in the second half. Should say overall they are 49-45 this season. Against the York Revolution, the Revolution are 53-41 overall, but they're 12-12 here in the second half of the season. The Ducks currently enter today's ball game 6.5 games behind the Somerset Patriots for first place in the Liberty Division second half standings. The Somerset Patriots are 16-10. The Ducks are 9-16. Bridgeport's 4 games back in second place, and the River Sharks are 4.5 games back. So the playoff push continues for Long Island with just about roughly a month and a half left in the 2014 regular season. Still plenty of time left for a playoff push for the Ducks. But it really starts with this game here against the River Sharks and then an important 6-game road trip beginning on Wednesday. 3 against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and 3 more against this very same York Revolution team. The Revs, on the other hand, they already have a playoff spot locked up after taking the first half of the Freedom Division with a 41-29 record, second best record in the first half in the Atlantic League. Currently, the Revs are in last place in the Freedom Division. It's a very close race in the second half as York in last place. It's just 1.5 games behind the Sugarland Skeeters for first, and the Lancaster Barnstormers are in second, a half game behind Sugarland. Of course, it's very important to keep track of the wild card standings as we progress further into the second half of the season as well. Considering if Somerset were to win the second half of the Liberty Division, then the Ducks would be battling with both the Sugarland Skeeters and the Lancaster Barnstormers to try to get a wild card spot in one of the last playoff positions available in the 2014 postseason. So that's what the standings look like as we enter today's ball game. It's camp day here at Bethpage Ballpark, the second and final camp day of the 2014 regular season. The Ducks lost their previous camp day against the Bridgeport Bluefish. That was a couple of weeks ago and was in the midst of a 13-game losing streak for Long Island. But the Ducks have turned things around since that point. They've won 7 of their last 10 games to get back on the right foot. Now just 5 games under 500 in the second half this season. Now, the big storyline over the last couple of days has been pitching, and it's been the pace of each of these games, as the Ducks on Saturday set a season high for, well, I should say season low for the shortest game of the year. 2 hours and 21 minutes between the Ducks and the Revolution en route to a 2-1 Ducks victory. That was Saturday. And then yesterday, the Ducks even eclipsed that number with an even lower duration for the game. 2 hours and 13 minutes it took for Long Island to defeat the York Revolution 4-1 in last night's ball game. We'll take our first break of the pregame show. When we come back, we'll dive a little deeper into last night's ball game and also go over the pitching matchup upcoming today, as it's the Ducks against the Revolution in the final game of this 3-game set and the final time that the Revs are here at Bethpage Ballpark for the 2014 regular season. That's all coming up next on the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
This is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
And welcome back here to Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Live audio and video streaming both at the Ducks official YouTube channel and on liducks.com. Well, we'll go over last night's ball game as the Ducks took on the York Revolution, the second game of the three-game series, and it was really pitching that once again highlighted the ball game. On Saturday, the Ducks won 2-1 over the Revs with pitching highlighting the ball game. It was John Brownell who threw 8 innings of one-run ball en route to his league-leading 11th win of the season. But Corey Thurman for the Revolution was very strong as well, going 7 innings with one-run ball before eventually it was Dan Cortez who relinquished the tie in the bottom of the 8th inning in that ball game. Last night, once again, pitching stole the show, and it was Bobby Blevins on the hill for Long Island that really stole the show overall. Blevins threw his first complete game of the 2014 season, going 9 innings, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And that was the major storyline throughout the ball game, but he was going up against Logan Williamson, a starting pitcher for the Revolution, who has been very strong since coming over to York. He played last season with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, split time between 2 other independent leagues before making his way over to the Atlantic League, and last night was his 11th start of the season for the Revs, and he got off to a pretty good start after Eric Patterson hit a solo home run in the top of the first inning against Bobby Blevins to give the Revs a 1-0 lead. Logan Williamson would wind up pitching 2 shutout innings in the first and the second, so York carried a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the third. The Ducks would eventually put up 3 unearned runs against Logan Williamson in that inning. Leading things off, it was Dan Lyons who grounded out to second base. Phelan Lentini then grounded over to shortstop, but Travis Garcia failed to field the ball cleanly. Lentini reached on an E6. He then stole second base. Brendan Harris walked. Lou Ford struck out for 2 outs in the inning. Bill Hall then walked to load the bases, and Adam Bailey stepped to the plate, and with 1 swing of the bat, Bailey would turn a deficit into a lead for Long Island.
The 1-0. Swung on and lined into right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit and roll to the wall. Lentini scores from third. Harris will score from second. Hall rounds third. Here comes the relay throw. It's not in time. A bases clearing 3-run double for Adam Bailey. And Long Island's now in front 3-1. Minor shift on against Bailey here on the left side of the infield.
So that was Adam Bailey giving the Ducks the 3-1 lead at that time, with the bases clearing double. All 3 runs were unearned charge against Logan Williamson, which has been a bit of a trend with Williamson on the rubber this year for the Revolution, but the Ducks led 3-1 at that time. Bobby Blevins would then work a scoreless 4th and a scoreless top of the 5th, so it was 3-1 Long Island entering the bottom of the 5th, and the Ducks would add on to their lead. Brendan Harris led off by grounding out to second base. Lou Ford then walked to put a runner at first. Bill Hall then with a base hit, put runners at first and second, and Adam Bailey stepped to the plate and will get his 4th run batted in of the ball game.
Minor shift on against Bailey here on the left side of the infield as he lifts one over to left field here, and it's going to go over the head of the left fielder Tim Battle and roll to the wall. Lou Ford will score from second base. It's an RBI double for Adam Bailey. Give him 4 runs batted in the ball game, and the Ducks now lead it 4-1 over the Revolution.
So the Ducks led 4-1 at that point, and that would be all the offense that Long Island would need, as once again, as I mentioned before, Bobby Blevins was excellent on the hill for the Ducks. Overall, York would only have 3 runners in scoring position over the course of the entire ball game. Eric Patterson had the solo home run in the first. Angel Flores would reach third base in the 3rd inning on a single, a sacrifice bunt, and a ground out to second base. And then from that point on, only 1 more runner would reach scoring position for the Revolution, and it would come in the top of the 9th inning. With Blevins coming back out to the hill, he needed 91 pitches to get through the first 8 innings of the ball game. Came on for the top of the 9th looking for the complete game. Eric Patterson drew a leadoff walk. Travis Garcia then lined out to deep left field. Chad Tracy then walked with 1 out. That put Patterson at second base and was the first base runner that the Revolution have had in scoring position since the 3rd inning. So runners at first and second and 1 out. Bryant Nelson then popped up to the first baseman Joe Ash Brodeen, and then Ophelio Castro would step to the plate, and Bobby Blevins would get the final out he needed to record his first complete game of the 2014 season.
The 1-1 to Castro, grounded over to second. Puckett fields his throw to first in time, and that's the ball game. Bobby Blevins works his first complete game of the season. 9 innings, allows 1 run on 5 hits. And Long Island wins this one by a final score of 4-1.
So Long Island won that ball game. It was the first time since the beginning of the season, really, the first homestand for Long Island against the Revolution that they won consecutive games against York. You have to go all the way back to the second game of a doubleheader on May the 3rd, and then a Sunday game on May 4th. That was the last time Long Island had won back-to-back games against the Revs. In fact, York had a 6-game winning streak against Long Island entering this series here at Bethpage Ballpark, but the Ducks have taken the first 2 games of this series, and they'll look for the sweep today as Jared Lansford toes the rubber for Long Island against Scott Gorgon for the York Revolution. Lansford has been excellent this season for the Ducks in his 3rd year with the Flock, but his 1st year as a starting pitcher. He enters today's ballgame with a 4-3 record and a 3.0 earned run average, thanks in large part to an excellent month of July for Lansford. Scott Gorgon, on the other hand, is with his 2nd team in the Atlantic League this season. He began the year with the Camden River Sharks, but now he's with the York Revolution, 3-7 this season with a 6.52 ERA. So we'll take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem and the starting lineups and first pitch between Long Island and York in the final game of this 3-game home series for the Ducks at Bethpage Ballpark on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Life without Ducks Baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks Baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the Flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks Baseball. Life is better here.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark once again. Mark Schwartz here on the call with the Ducks taking on the York Revolution for the final game of this 3-game series. Long Island and York about to take the field as we get set for the national anthem and first pitch here at the Duck Pond. It's the final time that the Revolution will play here at Bethpage Ballpark in the 2014 regular season. Doesn't mean that they can't play here again. There's a possibility that these two teams could meet up in the postseason. If they were to, then the only way that could happen would come in the Atlantic League Championship Series. But that's a long ways away from now. The York already has a playoff position clinched after taking the first half of the Freedom Division. Long Island looking to do the same here in the second half. Again, currently 6 games behind the Somerset Patriots for first place. The Ducks will be wearing their home orange alternate jerseys with a single-tone black hat and white pants. The York Revolution in their alternate yellow jerseys with the blue and white lines across the chest, gray pants, and single-tone navy hats with a navy brim. Again, it's camp day here at Bethpage Ballpark, so fans continue to file in. It will be a colorful general seating bowl for the Ducks at the ballpark today, as all the camps that continue to file in have their color-coordinated uniforms. So you get some yellow, some green, some blue, some red, all spread out around the general seating bowl. As we get set for first pitch, we'll take our final break of the pregame show for the national anthem. When we return, it'll be first pitch and the starting lineups between the Long Island Ducks and the York Revolution. Listening to today's broadcast exclusively on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
As our national anthem concludes here at Bethpage Ballpark, we get set for first pitch between the York Revolution and the Long Island Ducks in the final game of this three-game series between these two sides. We'll set the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting New York Revolution, managed today by Mark Mason. The pitching coach is Paul Fletcher, and the bench coach / third base coach is Anohel Polanco. Their lineup today very similar to the lineup from last night's ball game. A couple of changes, however. Justin Green stays in the lineup. He'll lead things off for York. Batting first, he'll be over in right field. Eric Patterson bats second. Patterson at second base. Batting third is Travis Garcia, and he'll be over at shortstop. Trad Tracy's the cleanup hitter, and will make the start today at first base. Bryant Nelson will be the designated hitter for the Revolution today, and he'll hit fifth. Tim Battle moves up one spot in the order despite his struggles so far in this series. Battle will bat sixth and make the start in the left field. Ophilio Castro drops one spot in the order. Had hit sixth in the first two games of this series, but now he drops down to bat seventh, and he'll be over at third base. Sean Smith moves up one spot in the order as well. He had been the leadoff batter on Saturday and was the number 9 batter yesterday. Normally he's been hitting ninth in the lineup for the Revolution over the course of the season, but he'll bat eighth today and make the start in center field. And rounding up the order for the Revs is Alberto Espinoza, and he'll be behind home plate catching Scott Gorgon on the rubber for the Revs. And all that lineup will go up against Jared Lansford for Long Island today. Lansford, brother of fellow Ducks teammate Josh Lansford. This one, Jared, is 6'2", 190 pounds from Scottsdale, Arizona. In his third year with the Ducks and his first year as a starting pitcher for Long Island, it has been an experiment that has gone very well for the Ducks, as Lansford currently enters with a 4-3 record, but a 3.0 earned run average. That's the third lowest ERA in the Atlantic League this season. Overall, Lansford has allowed 41 runs, 33 earned, over 99 innings, has tossed one complete game, 87 hits, 28 walks against 80 strikeouts. This now Lansford's 17th start of the 2014 campaign. Justin Green will lead things off for us here as we get set for first pitch. Green, a right-handed batter to work against the righty Jared Lansford. On the season, Green leads the Atlantic League in hitting with a .372 batting average, 5 home runs, and 25 runs batted in. Lansford stares in for the call, works from the windup, and the first pitch of today's ballgame is grounded through the hole on the left side and into left field for a leadoff base hit. So one pitch in, the Revolution have their first base runner. First pitch for today's ballgame at 11:12 a.m. So Green will lead off of first base, a very dangerous base runner for the Revolution. And that'll bring up Eric Patterson, who has been very strong against Long Island all year long. In this series in particular, had a solo home run in last night's ball game, had a triple on Saturday. And he'll step into the batter's box here, left-handed batter to work against the righty Lansford, who will work from the stretch, just one pitch into the ball game. From the stretch, his first pitch to Patterson is fouled off to the screen behind him, and the count moves to 0-1. We'll set the defense for the Ducks here in the top of the first inning, starting in the outfield, moving from left to right. It's Adam Bailey on left. Evan Crawford, the new Duck, just recently acquired in a trade for John Myers, makes his Ducks debut. He'll be starting in center field, and Phelan Lentini over and right, as Lou Ford's the designated hitter for Long Island today. Lansford comes set. He'll work from the stretch with Patterson at the plate. The 0-1 is popped up, left field side. Racing over is Adam Bailey, still moving over, and it lands just foul down the left field line. Bailey had a lot of space to cover there as he was shaded towards center field against the left-handed hitting Eric Patterson, and it just landed foul. Would have been a double for Patterson if it was about maybe 6 inches to the right, but instead it's a foul ball, and the count moves to 0-2. The rest of the defensive alignment for the Ducks today: at third base, it's Brendan Harris. Shortstop, Stan Lyons. Second base is Cody Puckett. At first base, it's Bill Hall as Joash Brodeen gets the camp day off. And behind home plate, Jan Vasquez once again catching Jared Lansford on the mound. So Lansford's ahead in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first, as Jared will throw over. And Justin Green back diving safely. Again, the Revolution lead the league in stolen bases with 116. They're 116 and 40 and 142 this season. Green with a nice size lead off of first. Lansford from the stretch, the 0-2 misses well outside, almost works as a pitch out. But Green not going anywhere, and the count moves to 1-2. Green has 19 stolen bases in 25 attempts this year. Third most steals on the team, behind Sean Smith and Wilson Valdez. Valdez still not with the team, as he's away dealing with personal reasons. 1-2 to Patterson, is lined down the right field line, and that's going to land foul. So the second time in this at-bat that Patterson has nearly missed what would have been a double. And that one might have had a chance to score Justin Green from first base, considering Green's speed. Instead, it's a foul ball. Patterson will have to retreat to the batter's box, and Green will jog slowly across the diamond and make his way back to first base. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Patterson, who overall this season is hitting .305 with 12 home runs and 65 runs batted in. Both the home runs and RBI totals tied with Chad Tracy for the team lead. Here Lansford will throw over to first base, and Green dives back in safely. And now he'll ask for time, and it's granted to him by the first base umpire, Richard Katz. Our umpires today is Warren Nicholson behind home plate, Richard Katz at first, and Fred DeJesus at third. Green went over to the grass down the first base line and wiped his hands on the grass to try to get some of the dirt off and keep his hands a little more moist. Conservative lead off of first base, held on by Bill Hall. The 1-2 to Patterson is blooped down the left field line. Over is Adam Bailey. He has space in fair territory. He makes the catch, and Justin Green will retreat back to first base. First out of today's ball game, and that'll bring up Travis Garcia.
Hitting in the third position, the shortstop, number 17, Travis Garcia, number 17.
So here's Garcia hitting .273 this year with 11 home runs and 40 runs batted in. A right-handed batter to work against the righty Jared Lansford, with Justin Green continuing to lead off of first base. Certainly have to remain cognizant of Green's speed. He's a game changer as the catalyst for this Revolution lineup. Infield at double play depth with 1 away. Slider here to Garcia, misses outside 1-0. Top of the first inning, 1 out. And a runner at first base, no score between York and Long Island. In the final game of this 3-game series, and the final time that the Revolution play here at Bethpage Ballpark in the 2014 regular season. The 1-0 from Lansford. Green takes off. Fastball's in there for a strike. The throw down to second is in time. Jan Vasquez guns down Justin Green, a perfect throw down to second base. And there's now 2 away here in the top of the first. It's the 7th time that Justin Green has been caught stealing this season. And it's the 2nd time in as many days that the Ducks have caught a man trying to swipe it back. Yesterday it was Brandon Bance throwing out Brian Nelson at second base. Today it's Jan Vasquez throwing out Justin Green. The 1-1 now to Garcia is swung on and tipped foul down the first baseline. And the count moves to 1-2. Of course, with Camp Day here, the Swiper No Swiping graphic displayed on the Ducks Vision scoreboard, a favorite among the younger fans in attendance. Of course, a reference to everyone's favorite one of favorite Nick Jr. shows, Dora the Explorer. Here Garcia grounds this one foul down the third base line, and the count remains at 1-2 strikes. Lansford trying to work a scoreless top of the first inning here and parlay the success that he has had as of late into the beginning stages of this ball game. The Revs had a 1-0 lead in the top of the first in last night's ball game. As Garcia here lines one over to short, it's over the head of Dan Lyons and into left center field for a base hit. Garcia will hold at first base. It's the second hit of the ball game and the second hit of the inning for the Revolution. They have a 2-out base runner on as Chad Tracy will step in.
Number 2, Chad Tracy, number 2.
So Garcia is able to keep the inning alive for York. It's his first hit of this series. He had previously been 0 for 7. So he'll lead off of first base with Bill Hall holding him on. And Chad Tracy will be the batter. A right-handed batter working against Jared Lansford. A right-handed starting pitcher for Long Island. Comes set, works from the stretch. First pitch to Tracy, a fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Fans continuing to file in here at Bethpage Ballpark. Of course, all the colorful camp uniforms spread across the ballpark. Provides for more of a colorful seating bowl. The 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Tracy disagrees with the call, I should say, to home plate umpire Warren Nicholson. Turns around and has a couple of words for him. Shakes his head as he steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Lansford from the stretch, the 1-1. Swung on, grounded back to Lansford. Deflects off of his glove, Lyons fields, and he'll step on the second base bag for the final out. So a 1-6 put out ends the inning for York. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Move to the bottom of the first inning. No score between Long Island and York on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
This is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc paver, Nicoloc pavers, pave your way.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, the Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union, serving members since 1916. Bottom of the first inning, no score between Long Island and York. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. We'll set the lineup for Long Island in today's ball game. A lineup today that's managed by Kevin Baez. The pitching coach is Steve Foucault. and the hitting coach is Lou Ford. Phelan Lentini will lead things off for the Ducks. Brendan Harris bats second, Lou Ford third. Bill Hall's the cleanup batter. Adam Bailey hits fifth, Cody Puckett sixth. Evan Crawford makes his Ducks debut, and he'll hit seventh. Jan Vasquez will bat eighth, and Dan Lyons rounds up the order batting ninth. All working against the right-handed Scott Gorgon on the mound for the Revolution. Gorgon is 5'10", 190-pound righty from Stanford, California. Played with the River Sharks last season and earlier this season as well before making his way on to York. He'll work against Phelan Lentini to lead things off in the bottom of the first inning. Right-handed batter, Lentini works against Gorgon. The first pitch fastball misses high and outside, 1-0. Phelan hitting .308 this year with 2 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Also leads the league in stolen bases with 37. The 1-0. Changeup in there for a called strike, 1-1. Lentini's an impressive 37 of 37 on the base paths this year, including a stolen base in last night's ball game. He is yet to be caught stealing this season. The 1-1 from Gorgon. Swung on and lifted, shallow right. In comes Justin Green. He has time and he makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Brendan Harris. Gorgon's numbers this season overall spread out between his 2 teams that he's played for. He's 3-7 with a 6.52 ERA, 20 appearances, 13 starts. He's tossed 78 2/3 innings of work, in which he's allowed 101 hits, 34 walks, and 50 strikeouts. It hasn't been a very strong season for Gorgon, but he has pitched better since making his way over to the York Revolution. As the first pitch fastball here to Brendan Harris is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Harris, a right-handed batter, former big leaguer. Working against Gorgon here from the windup, the 0-1. Fastball misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield plays back against Brendan Harris, who's hitting .284 this season with 4 home runs and 28 runs batted in. The 1-1. Misses inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yesterday, Harris went 0 for 1 from the plate, but walked 3 times, tying a season high for walks in a ball game by any Ducks player. Tied Cody Puckett. As the 2-1 here is lifted down the right field line, but that'll slice out of play. And the count runs even at 2-2. Harris currently leads the Ducks in walks this season. He's been walked an impressive 45 times. 46 if you include the 1 intentional walk that he has drawn as well. Gorgon from the windup, the 2-2 here. Swung on, grounded to the left side. Backhanded stop made by Ophelio Castro. He spins around and throws out Harris at first base for out number 2. So 2 away, nobody on, bottom of the first inning, no scored, and that'll bring up the designated hitter for the Ducks today, Lou Ford. Ford went 0 for 3 from the plate yesterday, did have a run scored. Overall this season, Ford's batting .341 with 12 home runs and 66 runs batted in. A right-handed batter working against Scott Gorgon, who's trying to work a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. First pitch to Lou is a fastball that's taken upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Ford's .341 batting average, second highest in the Atlantic League, along with his 66 RBI, also second most. Here the fastball misses outside from Gorgon, and the count moves to 2-0. Sunny day here in Central Islip, Long Island. Slight overcast, but the sun currently breaking through the clouds as the 2-0 misses outside, 3 balls and no strikes. It's warm. It's not overly too hot or humid. I'd say probably around high 70s, low 80s. Comfortable weather. The 3-0 to Ford, taken all the way, and the fastball's knee-high outside corner for a called strike, 3-1. No wind to speak of yet. If you look at the flags down the right field line, slightly blowing in, but no motion from the flags in left field. As the 3-1 to Ford is grounded down the third base line, foul. And that'll run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bill Hall awaits on deck. And the Ducks with slight variations to their lineup tonight, as Joash Brodin not making the start today. Instead, Evan Crawford is put into the lineup for his Ducks debut. He hits 7th. Here the 3-2 is fouled off by Ford over the backstop and out of play. Lou's able to stay alive. A couple of oohs and ahs as the fan was not able to successfully make the catch for a foul ball. And now a kid picks up the ball and thrusts it up in the air with excitement. Nice souvenir for him. Corrigan trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. From the windup, the 3-2. Broken bat grounder to the left side. Over is Ophelio Castro. He fields cleanly and his throw to first is in time. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 1 inning, we're scoreless here at Bethpage Ballpark on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Labor is on the move.
PEF. They are the Public Employees Federation.
They know it's time for workers to unite, to speak out, to demand government accountability for the way public services are delivered.
They provide healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled.
They're the Public Employees Federation.
PEF, the problem-solving union. PEF is the union that cares for the community. Learn more at pef.org. PEF, labor on the move.
Jared Lansford back to the mound as we move to the top of the 2nd inning here at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the call on on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. To be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up for the Rebs here in the top of the 2nd inning. Bryant Nelson followed by Tim Battle and Ophelio Castro due up. Lansford allowed 2 hits in the top of the 1st inning, but was able to work around those 2 hits thanks in large part to a caught stealing with Justin Green on the base paths to hold the Revolution without a run. So here Nelson will lead things off. A .263 batter this year, no home runs and 23 runs batted in. Left-handed batter and the former Duck will step in against Jared Lansford here. No runs on 2 hits for York, no runs on no hits for Long Island. It's the final game of this brief 3-game homestand for the Ducks. They just finished up their longest road trip of the season. It was a 10-game road trip. They have these 3 games against York and then go back on the road starting Wednesday for a 6-game road trip. First pitch here to Nelson is grounded over Lansford, shallow second base. Racing in is Cody Puckett. Fields cleanly and his throw to first is in time for out number 1. So similar to the top of the 1st inning, the Revolution swing at the first pitch of the inning. In the first, Green was able to ground a base hit through the hole on the left side of the infield. Here, Nelson grounds out to second base. So 1 out, nobody on top of the 2nd. That'll bring up Tim Battle, who has struggled mightily at the plate throughout this series. Currently 0 for 7 so far, and has not looked too strong doing so. First pitch here to Battle. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Battle's batting .154 on the season, no home runs and 4 runs batted in. This now his 14th game in a Revolution uniform. The 1-0 from Lansford is fouled off down the right field line out of play. And the count runs even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Battle went 0 for 4 in Saturday's ball game. Went 0 for 3 last night. He'll step out of the batter's box here as he readjusts his pants on his left leg and will step back in. Lansford working from the windup. A 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-2. Brendan Harris was playing along the infield grass at third base, but now he'll back off with a 2-strike count. The rest of the infield plays back and the outfield straight up. Lansford from the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lansford stares into the call from catcher Jan Vasquez. The 2-2 pitch, a fastball misses inside. And the count now runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is the first series for Tim Battle with the Revolution. Was signed and activated before Friday's ball game. Oh, I'm sorry, that's first series for him against Long Island, I should say. As the 3-2 here is grounded to the left side, Harris fields the long hop, takes a step, and fires it over to first base in time to retire Battle. Quickly 2 away now in the top of the second inning. Nobody on base, and that'll bring up Ophilio Castro.
Third baseman, number 11, Ophilio Castro, number 11.
Castro hitting .240 this year with 2 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Utility infielder for the Revolution. Started at second base in Saturday's ball game. Started at first base last night, and today he starts over at third. Again, he's played every infield position for the Revolution throughout this season. Here he'll bat from the right side against Lansford. Takes the first pitch fastball inside for ball 1. From the windup, the 1-0. Fastball misses upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Lansford pretty much exclusively using his fastball so far against the Revolution. Talking with Jared after previous starts, he usually tries to locate and establish his fastball early in the ball game and then work off that with off-speed pitches used as complements. Here the fastball is fouled off to the backstop and the count moves to 2-1. Not sure if we've even seen a breaking ball from Lansford to this point. Might have broken off a changeup or two, but it's been pretty much all fastballs against the York Revolution team that normally likes to swing early in the count. They get a fastball they could hit, possibly first pitch. Most of the batters in this lineup have no problem chasing after it. The 2-1 here to Castro. Fouled off down the right field line, out of play. That'll run the count even. Saw the first 2 batters. The first batter in the first inning, Justin Green, swung on the first pitch. First batter in the second inning, Bryant Nelson, swung at the first pitch as well. This is a very aggressive hitting York Revolution team with a lot of speed. Very dangerous. Lansford from the windup here, the 2-2. Check swing, and it rolls foul down the first base line. So Castro will remain alive, and the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the only camp day ball game in the Atlantic League today. The Lancaster Barnstormers and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs play later today, as do the Bluefish and the Skeeters. Here Castro grounds a base hit right back up the middle. It's the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Revs, and it's the 2nd consecutive inning in which they've had a base hit with 2 out and nobody on. So that'll continue the inning for York and bring up Sean Smith, the number 8 batter in the lineup today. Smith hitting .219 with 5 home runs and 23 runs batted in.
Center fielder number 12, Sean Smith, number 12.
Smith has excellent speed. He's just struggled to get on base this year. Again, with that .219 batting average. His on-base percentage just at .303, which is not normally where you would like it. So despite his athleticism, that's why he bats lower in the lineup. First pitch here to Smith, a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Lansford has now thrown 28 pitches, about to throw his 29th here, with 2 out and a runner at first base in the top of the second inning, no score. From the stretch, the 1-0. Fastball line, deep left field, back goes Bailey. He looks up, but that ball is gone. A 2-run home run from Sean Smith, with 2 away here in the top of the second inning, has put the Revolution in front 2-0. It's the 6th home run of the season for Smith. And similar to last night's ball game, it's a home run that puts York up in front. First. RBIs numbers 24 and 25 on the season for Smith as well. So 2-out rally hurting Jared Lansford here. He had 2 out and nobody on. Ophelio Castro was down to a 2-strike count. Grounded a base hit up the middle. And then it was Smith launching a 2-run home run here to put the Revs in front 2-0. As the fastball from Lansford misses low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, Jared, third in the league in ERA entering today's ball game at a clean 3.00. As Alberto Espinoza at the plate here fouls off the fastball 1-1. Lansford did not allow a run in his last start against the Camden River Sharks back on July 30th. Went 8 innings, allowing just 4 hits, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Here a curveball drops in for a called strike, and the count moves to 1-2. It's the first curveball we've seen from Lansford in today's ball game. Lansford from the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is now only the 3rd time in Lansford's last 6 starts, including today, that he's allowed at least 2 runs or more. From the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up, foul territory, first base side, and that's going to land out of play. Deflect off the suite level and bounce back towards a happy fan underneath. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield plays back the outfield straight away with 2 out. Lansford struggling to finish off this inning. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball popped up, foul territory, right behind home plate. And that'll land out of play, and Espinoza is able to stay alive. Espinoza hitting .151 this year with 1 home run and 5 runs batted in. Splitting time behind home plate for the Revs as Lansford works from the windup here, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lansford gets his first strikeout of the ball game on the high heat. Let the Revolution grab a 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on base. 2-0 York as we move to the bottom of the second on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglinY.com/save money.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark, fans. Every double play that the Ducks turn this season is presented by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the problem-solving union providing healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled. New York State Public Employees Federation, the union that cares for the community. So Bill Hall will lead things off for Long Island here in the bottom of the second inning, with the Ducks currently trailing it 2-0 against the Revolution. Scott Gorgon back to the mound for his second inning of work after a Sean Smith 2-run home run with 2 away in the top of the second has given York the lead. First pitch to Bill Hall is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Hall, a right-handed batter with a very open stance. The 1-0 from Gorgon. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Hall hitting .231 this year with 1 home run and 4 runs batted in. The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and Hall has quickly fallen behind. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice slider there from Scott Gorgon. Gets Hall out in front. A 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses outside. And the count runs even now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bill batting cleanup today for Long Island. Had the first game of this series off, but returned to the lineup yesterday. Back in the lineup today, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up foul territory behind home plate. Espinoza over for a look, and he makes the catch with it staying in play for out number 1. Espinoza right against the backstop. Just had enough space to make that catch. So 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning, and that'll bring up Adam Bailey. Gorgon has retired the first 2 Duck batters today. Sorry, the first 4 Duck batters in order. Again, it's been a series that has been dominated from both sides by starting pitching. Gorgon looking to continue that trend, as is Jared Lansford, but the Revs currently leading 2-0. First pitch to left-handed hitting Adam Bailey is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Bailey hitting .292 this year with 12 home runs and 56 runs batted in. Had a big day at the plate yesterday, as the 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. Working against the lefty Logan Williamson, Bailey went 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles and 4 runs batted in, providing pretty much all the offense that the Ducks would need in the ballgame. The 2-0 here is grounded sharply to second. Patterson fields the in-between hop, and his throw to first is in time for out number 2. So 5 up and 5 down for the Ducks against Gorgon, and that'll bring up Cody Puckett.
Cody Puckett, number 2.
Puckett hitting .279 now this year with 6 home runs and 52 runs batted in. Right-handed batter to work against the righty Gorgon. Puckett had seen his batting average climb as high as the mid-320s earlier this season when he was in the midst of a 29-game on-base streak. Here he takes the first pitch fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. That on-base streak was spread out from May 6th to June 6th. The 0-1 here is swung on and tipped right into the glove of Alberto Espinoza, and Puckett has fallen behind 0-2. It was the longest on-base streak for anybody in the Atlantic League this season, and the longest for the Ducks included. But right now, Brendan Harris currently has a 27-game on-base streak, 2 shy of Puckett's record, as the curveball here just misses off the plate, and the count moves to 1-2. The apex for Cody Puckett's batting average this year was .326, hit back on June 2nd against the Lancaster Barnstormers. Here he grounds one softly over to second. A nice play made by Eric Patterson charging in, and a backhanded toss to first in time retires the side. Another 1-2-3 inning work by Scott Gorgon. York leads 2-0 as we move to the third on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't
Get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
York leads 2-0 over the Ducks as we return here for the top of the third inning. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video streaming at liducks.com. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Revs, no runs on no hits for the Flock. Jared Lansford back to the mound for his third inning of work. Here Lansford will work against the top of the order. Justin Green, Eric Patterson, and Travis Garcia due up for the Revolution. Scott Gorgon for the Revs has faced 6 batters and retired all 6 so far through the first 2 innings of today's ballgame. On this camp day here at the Duck Pond, second and final camp day of the 2014 season. Ducks are 0-1 on camp days here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Justin Green.
It's one of 2 camp days that the Ducks will actually participate in this week. As after today's ball game is done, Long Island will have a day off tomorrow and make the trip down to Southern Maryland tomorrow night, because there's another camp day scheduled over at Regency Furniture Stadium in Southern Maryland for Wednesday, in the opener of a 6-game road trip for the Ducks. First pitch here to Justin Green's a curveball that drops in for a called strike, 0-1. Green's 1 for 1 today. On the first pitch he saw back in the top of the first to lead off the ball game, grounded a base hit through the hole on the left side of the infield. Here he takes a fastball inside and the count runs even to 1-1. Green was later thrown out trying to steal second base, 7th time that he's been caught stealing this season. Still third on the team with 19 steals. The 1-1 from Lansford. Fouled off down the first base side, out of play. And the count moves to 1-2. Green missed Saturday's game against the Ducks for personal reasons, but returned to the lineup yesterday and went 0 for 4 at the plate. Still leads the Atlantic League in hitting with a .372 batting average. The 1-2 is fouled off. And the Revs, if nothing else, are working some long at-bats against Jared Lansford so far in today's ballgame. Lansford has now thrown 40 pitches, about to throw his 41st, with nobody out in the top of the third. From the windup, the 1-2. Swung on and grounded softly over to short. Lyons charges in, fields quickly, and beats Justin Green over to first by about a stride and a half, 1 away. Green has excellent speed, and he's always hustling down the first base line. The Lions certainly had to rush it a little bit there to throw him out, but was able to do so successfully. So 1 away in the top of the third, and that'll bring up another fast runner in the form of Eric Patterson, who's 0 for 1 today, flew out to left field. Ducks put on a slight shift against Patterson, an open stance from the left side of the plate, bluffs a bunt, takes a fastball upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Cody Puckett plays deep at second base, right at the edge of where the infield dirt meets the outfield grass. Bill Hall guarding the line over at first. Brendan Harris is well off of the third base line, and Dan Lyons shaded towards the second base bag as the fastball from Lansford here misses outside, 2-0. Patterson, certainly a dangerous batter, ripped his 15th triple of the season on Saturday night on a ground ball hit sharply down the first base line. Yesterday in the top of the first inning, ripped his 12th home run of the season on a line drive that just managed to get over the fence and straight away right field, but it got out in a hurry. Here the 2-0 to Patterson is popped up left field line. That's going to land out of play, and the count moves to 2-1. Patterson has been excellent against the Ducks this season, hitting .462 against Long Island with 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in and 16 runs scored in 13 games played. Here the fastball knee-high for a called strike, 2-2. Very impressive streak for Patterson against the Ducks. Overall, 24 of 52 from the plate. From the windup here, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle. Lines was shaded towards second base, so the shift works perfectly as he throws out Patterson at first for out number 2. So 2 consecutive 6-3 putouts begin the inning. 2 out, nobody on, and that'll bring up Travis Garcia. Garcia had a 2-out base hit back in the first. In each of the first 2 innings, there's been a point where the Revolution had 2 out and nobody on, and that next batter was able to reach safely on a base hit. First pitch here to Garcia on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. In the first, it was Garcia grounding a base hit up the middle to continue the inning. In the second, Ophelio Castro grounded a base hit up the middle before Sean Smith launched a 2-run home run, which has provided the difference in this ball game so far. The 0-1 to Garcia, check swing, did not go around. No appeal down to first base, and the count runs even at 1-1. Infield plays back, the outfield straight up against the righty. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind starting to pick up a little bit more now at Bethpage Ballpark. Blowing out from right field to left field. Might have helped out Sean Smith's cause on his 2-run home run in the top of the second. 2-1 to Garcia, swung on and missed. Nice breaking ball there from Lansford. Deuce is wild now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. The Ducks trailing 2-0 with 2 out in the top of the third inning, nobody on base. Lansford looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. From the windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded foul down the third baseline. Right off against the railing, protecting the Revolution dugout. Count stays even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Long Island looking to move 6 games towards 500 in the second half of the season as Garcia chops another one foul down the third baseline. Again, had a 13-game losing streak earlier in the second half, but has bounced back well, winning 7 of their last 10 games. Now 9-16 in the second half. Overall, the Ducks are 49-45. At one point, were 13 games above 500. That was their high water mark of the season. It came 2 games into the second half. The 2-2 to Garcia, broken bat grounder, deflects off the third base bag, stays fair, and Travis Garcia will have a fortuitously placed 2-out base hit. Garcia's bat shattered down the third base line, and the grounder deflected off the bag and then bounced over the head of Brendan Harris. It's the second 2-out base hit for Travis Garcia in today's ball game, and the third time in the first 3 innings that the Ducks have had 2 out and nobody on in an inning and failed to finish it off with a 1-2-3 effort. So that'll bring up Chad Tracy, who's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out on a 1-6 putout back in the first inning. A ground ball that deflected off of Lansford's glove. It rolled to Dan Lyons at short, who stepped on the second base bag for the putout. First pitch here to Tracy is swung on and missed. Nice slider there from Lansford, got Tracy out in front, 0-1. And that's something that Lansford could use to his advantage in this ball game. This is a Revolution team, as we mentioned earlier, that likes to swing early and often in the count. And with Lansford throwing a bevy of fastballs early in this ball game, once in a while, if you break off a breaking ball as the first pitch, you might be able to get Revolution batter out in front. Here the 0-1 from Jared is swung on and grounded softly to third. Harris fields cleanly, his throw to second in time, and that will retire the side. So no runs for the Revolution on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Move to the bottom of the third inning. York leads 2-0 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Josh Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire 15th anniversary season through live chats with Ducks players and exclusive video clips. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Life is better here.
Scott Gorgon returns to the mound for the Revolution as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Hey, Ducks fans, the final out of the top of the third was the 15th out of today's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. It'll be the 7-8-9 batters due up for the Revolution, against the Revolution here in the last of the third, and leading things off, making his Ducks debut, is the right-handed hitting Evan Crawford, wearing number 29. Straight from the River City Rascals of the Frontier League. First pitch fastball from Gorgon misses outside 1-0. With the Rascals this season, Crawford hit .238 with 4 home runs and 17 runs batted in. The 1-0 here is a blooper. Back up the middle and through for a base hit. Evan Crawford with his first hit as a Long Island Ducks. And it breaks up the no-hitter for the Gorgon here with a leadoff base hit in the bottom of the third inning. So now we'll get an opportunity to see Evan Crawford's speed over at first base, which is one of his calling cards, as Jan Vasquez, a switch hitter, will step in. Crawford represents the first base runner of the ballgame for Long Island. He's played in 5 seasons of professional baseball, and in those 5 years, he's stolen 114 bases. So he certainly can run over at first, and we'll see if he decides to take off here with Gorgon on the mound. First pitch to Vasquez, a changeup on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Vasquez is hitting .224 this year with 2 home runs and 15 RBI. Switch hitter, better from the left side than he is from the right. Crawford held on at first base by Chad Tracy. Gorgon will throw over, and Crawford dives back in safely. Crawford played in 57 games with the River City Rascals earlier this season and stole 11 bases in those 57 games, 11 of 14 on the base paths. Conservative lead off of first base. He'll take off here as Vasquez takes the fastball outside. The throw down to second is not in time. A stolen base for Evan Crawford, his first as a member of the Ducks. And Long Island has a runner in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the third. So Crawford already making an impact in his debut with the flock. Has a base hit up the middle and now steals second base. And Long Island with a runner in scoring position for Jan Vasquez. See how the Revolution play it here with Dan Lyons awaiting on deck. Gorgon will work from the stretch. Checks the runner at second, the 1-1. Two-seamer misses well outside. And now Vasquez finds himself ahead of the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Crawford stole as many as 32 bases in a season. That came back in 2011 as a member of the Daytona Cubs of the Florida State League. Here the 2-1 to Vasquez is grounded over to short. Garcia bobbles it initially. He'll throw on to first in time for the out, but advancing over to third, On the ground ball is Evan Crawford. A productive out from Jan Vasquez. And Long Island with a runner 90 feet away from home plate. One away in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Dan Lyons.
Number 12, Dan Lyons. Number 12.
So Lions will look to get Long Island on the scoreboard here. A .282 batter this season with 3 home runs and 27 RBI. Looks like the middle infield for the Revolution will play back. At first base, Chad Tracy plays along the grass. And at third base, Ophilio Castro plays a little deeper, but still close to the bag, holding on Evan Crawford. Lyons, a right-handed batter here. First pitch fastball misses well inside for a ball, 1-0. Lyons had a solo home run in Saturday's ball game, which at the time gave Long Island a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0. Fisted foul over the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Lyons. Well, Long Island just looking for Dan to hit the ball into the outfield here. Crawford has excellent speed, so likely anything hit to the outfield, he'll be able to come home and score. Kevin Baez is normally a pretty aggressive third base coach also. The 1-1 here to Dan. Grounded right back to the pitcher. Crawford coming in on contact. The play at the plate is in time. A 1-2 put out. Lions will reach first base on the 1-2 fielder's choice. 2 away now in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Phelan Lentini. Well, Crawford was breaking on contact. It was a softly hit chopper right back to Gorgon.
Back to the top of the order for your Long Island Ducks. Right fielder number
And he was able to toss it on to Espinoza. Throw beat Crawford by about a stride. And Espinoza just froze his tag right in front of home plate. Crawford tried a little pop-up slide that almost got him over the tag, but wasn't able to do so successfully. So Long Island remains off the scoreboard. Dan Lyons will lead off of first base with 2 out. Ducks still trailing 2-0, and Phelan Lentini will be the batter. First pitch here to Lentini is a fastball that misses inside, 1-0. Phelan flew out to right field his first time up, 0 for 1. Now 1 for 8 in this series with a run scored and a stolen base. Lions held on by Tracy, and Gorgon will throw over. Dan back standing safely. Lions is currently 3rd on the team with 9 steals this season. Lentini leads both the team in the Atlantic League with 37, while Joe Ash-Brodeen is 2nd with 14. The 1-0 to Lentini is chopped foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lentini, a right-handed batter, working against Gorgon, the righty. Trying to work 3 scoreless innings against the Ducks, a team that he has not fared too well against this year. As he throws over to first base, and Dan Lyons back standing safely. Gorgon has a 4.96 ERA in 4 appearances against Long Island this year, allowing 11 runs, 9 earned over 16 1/3 innings. Lyons takes off as the changeup misses outside, and the throw down to second's not nearly in time. Dan Lyons with his 10th stolen base of the season, 2nd stolen base of the inning for the Ducks, and once again they have a runner in scoring position. Lyons got a nice jump off of Gorgon there. Espinoza tried to throw him out from his knees, wasn't able to do so. So it's a 2-1 count to Phelan Lentini with Lyons leading off of second base. 2 away in the bottom of the third. The Ducks trailing 2-0. 2-1 pitch to Phelan. Swung on and lifted to deep left field. Back goes Battle. Warning track at the wall. It's gone! A 2-run home run from Phelan Lentini, his 3rd of the season. And the Ducks have tied up this ball game at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the third. Similar to the Revolution in the top of the second, a 2-out, 2-run home run for Phelan Lentini here in the bottom of the third, has evened up the ball game at 2 apiece.
Number 25, Brendan Harris, number 25.
That fly ball just kept carrying and carrying for Phelan. Didn't look like it was hit too well off the bat initially as the first pitch to Brendan Harris misses upstairs 1-0. But the wind is blowing out to left field. That one might have got caught up in the jet stream and carried fortuitously for the Ducks over the fence. Right towards the bullpen for the Revolution as the fastball to Harris misses outside 2-0. It's the third home run of the season for Phelan Lentini and the first one that has come here at home at Bethpage Ballpark. As Harris lines one to deep right field. Here goes Green back towards the warning track, but he'll run it down and make the catch to retire the side. Long Island ties up the ball game at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the third. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 2-2 is the score through 3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Josh Bodine, first baseman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Top of the 4th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the call on youtube.com/DucksBaseball and liducks.com. We're all tied up at 2 now after a 2-out, 2-run home run from Phelan Lentini in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jared Lansford back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors for York. 2 runs on 2 hits, and no errors for the Revolution. And here in the top of the 4th inning, Lansford will work against the 5, 6, 7 batters. Bryant Nelson, Tim Battle, and Ophelio Castro due up for the Revs. Once again, it's camp day here at Bethpage Ballpark, in case you could hear in the background. Some of the kids very happy that Quackerjack currently visiting their section. Some pictures, some selfies currently being taken for everyone's favorite mascot. Lansford has thrown 55 pitches through the first 3 innings of this ball game, so he'll look for a more economical 4th. In each of the first 3 innings, Lansford has had 2 out and nobody on base, and each time in that situation has given up a base hit to continue the inning. So here Jared will look for his first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game as he works from the windup. And the first pitch here to Bryant Nelson. Fastball misses outside 1-0. Nelson's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second base back in the 2nd inning. Former Duck playing with the Revolution here, the 1-0. Fastball misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. Nelson had won an Atlantic League Championship Series with the Revolution back in 2011 before coming over to the Ducks in 2012 and winning one with Long Island, both in 2012 and 2013. Fastball here misses outside. And Nelson has worked quickly ahead in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. Lansford will step off the mound momentarily and step back on. Works from the windup here, the 3-0. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. 3-1. From the windup again, the 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 4. And Brian Nelson has the leadoff walk against Jared Lansford. It's the first walk allowed by Lansford in today's ball game.
York left fielder number 9.
So leadoff base runner on for the Revs for the second time today. And that'll bring up Tim Battle. 0 for 1, grounded out to third base. Back in the first inning. Sorry, back in the second inning. Right-handed batter to work against the righty Lansford. From the stretch, first pitch to Battle swung on and missed, 0-1. Nice off-speed pitch there from Jared Lansford. Gets Battle out in front. Ducks middle infielders playing at double play depth here. As more fans continue to trickle in here for this camp day at Bethpage Ballpark at 11:05 scheduled first pitch. Most of the stands pretty much full here as Battle swings through the changeup and falls behind 0-2. The only afternoon game in the Atlantic League today. A couple of games later, as the Somerset Patriots and Camden River Sharks have the day off. Long Island will have the day off tomorrow as the 0-2 here to Battle misses outside, 1-2. Before hitting the road and playing in another camp day over at Southern Maryland on Wednesday. It'll be the second camp day of the week for the Ducks and their fourth and final camp day that they're playing in here in the season. Because we're already in August, which means we're getting closer and closer to the beginning of school once again. I know that's not what some fans might want to hear listening, but fastball misses inside here, 2-2. But it is the reality here in New York, with school getting underway just around Labor Day normally, early September. So it's the last real month of summer. Granted, summer does go to September 21st, but still, last month of summer without school, I should say. As the 2-2 here, check swing slider, misses off the plate. No appeal down to the first base umpire, so the count runs full now to 3-2 strikes. Lansford was ahead in the count, 0-2 against Battle, but Tim, pun I guess intended because I just thought about it, has battled back in the count to run it full. From the stretch, the 3-2, and it's fouled off to the backstop, so Battle's able to stay alive. Nelson was taking off on the pitch, so he'll have to retreat to first base. Battle originally a third-round draft pick by the New York Yankees, straight out of high school in 2003. Spent his first 6 years in the Yankees farm system. As the 3-2 here is fouled off once again, and Nelson, who was taken off on the pitch, will once again have to retreat to first base. Over the last 4 seasons, however, after Battle was released from the Yankees farm system, he spent time in the Golden League, the Frontier League, the North American Baseball League, and the United League. 4 different independent baseball leagues, and now he finds himself here in the Atlantic League, his 5th different independent baseball league in his last 5 years, as Lansford throws over to first base and Nelson dives back in safely. His best season probably came back in 2005. Member of Charleston in the Yankees farm system, as he swings through the fastball for strike 3. Taking off was Bryant Nelson. Vasquez will not throw down to second base. So it's a strikeout for Battle and a stolen base for Bryant Nelson. Runner at second base now with 1 away in the top of the 4th, and that'll bring up Ophilio Castro. For Nelson, that's his 3rd stolen base of the season. First as a member of the River Sharks. So here's Ophilio Castro, who is 1 for 1 today. Had a 2-out base hit right back up the middle back in the 2nd inning, which continued the inning at the time and set up an opportunity for Sean Smith, who launched a 2-run home run, which at the time gave the Revs a 2-0 lead. First pitch here to Castro is a slider that misses outside, 1-0. Revolution held on to that 2-0 lead until the bottom of the 3rd, when Phelan Lentini lifted a 2-run home run of his own with 2 out over the left field fence to tie up the ball game at 2 apiece. Lansford from the stretch, the 1-0. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Nelson leads off of second base, representing the go-ahead run here in the top of the fourth inning. 1 away. We're tied at 2. Infield plays back with the right-handed hitting Castro at the plate against the righty Jared Lansford. From the stretch, the 2-0. Fastball in there for a called strike. 2-1's now the count. Lansford has not lost a start in his last 8 starts dating back to June 16th. Start against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Here the 2-1 misses outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. During that streak, he's allowed more than 3 runs in a start just twice in those 8 starts. It's been a very strong overall stretch for Jared Lansford, who has seen his ERA drop down to 3.00 on the season, 3rd best in the Atlantic League. Here's 3-1 to Castro's in there for a called strike, and that runs it full at 3-2. Lansford saw his ERA spike at 4.50 after his after his 3rd start of the season. But over his last start since his last loss, it's dropped from 4.07 down to 3.0. Here the 3-2 slider misses outside for ball 4. Second walk thrown by Jared Lansford in this inning. Runners at first and second now with 1 out, and that'll bring up Sean Smith. Lansford had walked just 1 batter in each of his last 2 starts, but has walked 2 batters already here with 1 out in the top of the 4th. But during this last recent stretch for Lansford, in his last 8 games, he's gone at least 8 innings 4 times, earning wins in 2 of those times. Again, he got a no decision his last time out after tossing 8 scoreless innings against the River Sharks back on July 30th, allowing just 4 hits and striking out a season-high 9 batters. Here the fastball to Smith is at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Smith's 1 for 1 today, had a 2-run home run back in the top of the 2nd inning. His 6th home run of the season, now with 25 RBI. Nelson leads off of second. Castro off of first. The 0-1 to Smith is fouled off to the backstop. Sean has fallen behind in the count now at 0-2. A little more overcast starting to creep over Bethpage Ballpark here. There's a small pocket of rain that looks to have already passed us here in pretty much dead central Long Island. So hopefully we're not hit by any sort of weather and we can continue to play on. The Lansford will step off the mound before the 0-2 pitch and stare Nelson back towards the second base bag. From the stretch, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Vasquez fields it cleanly after the bounce, but with a runner at first base and less than 2 out, no drop, 3rd strike. Smith's retired. It's the 3rd strikeout of the ballgame for Jared Lansford. 2 away now in the top of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Alberto Espinoza. Espinoza's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, his last time up. Now a 149 batter this year. Hasn't gotten a great deal of playing time, this now being his 29th game of the season with the Revs. First pitch here to Espinoza is swung on and missed, 0-1. He's split time with Salvador Paniagua, who's currently on the inactive list for the Revolution. But York recently signed Angel Flores before Saturday's ball game. Right now we're carrying 3 active catchers and 1 catcher on the inactive list. 4 total on the roster. It's the 0-1 here on the outside corner for a called strike, and Lansford has quickly worked ahead in the count, 0-2. So Espinoza getting a little more playing time right now for the Revs. Expect to see Angel Flores start to work into that playing time as he becomes more comfortable on this York team. Lansford from the stretch here, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball taken low, blocked nicely by Vasquez. That'll hold Nelson at second base as the count runs to 1-2. 0 for 3 so far in this series. Did not play last night, but started on Saturday and went 0 for 3 in that ball game. Here the 1-2 pitch from Lansford. Fastball misses outside, and the count runs even now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, camp day here at Bethpage Ballpark, so a lot of different colors around the seating bowl. You have different camps wearing their different color-coordinated uniforms, spread out across Long Island, making their way here to Central Islip. The 2-2 slider is blooped into shallow left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Up at the ball is Adam Bailey. Bryant Nelson will try to score. The throw home is not in time. It's an RBI single for Alberto Espinoza. Just his 6th run batted in of the season. And the Revolution have grabbed a 3-2 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. A pair of walks and a broken bat blooper to left field has given the Revs the lead, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order and Justin Green. Nelson scores on the play, and on to second goes Ophilio Castro. Now 3 runs on 6 hits for the Revolution. And that'll bring up Justin Green, who is 1 for 2 today. Lansford from the stretch, checks the runner at second base. First pitch to Green, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. This is now only the 3rd time in the last now 9 starts that Lansford has made that he has allowed at least 3 runs or more. Last time came July 25th against the River Sharks, which he allowed 4 runs, 3 earned over 7 innings en route to a no decision. The 0-1 here is bunted down the third base line. A great play by Lansford. He shuffles it over to third base, but there was nobody covering the bag. Picking up now is Lyons. His throw comes back along the infield, but nobody's home at third base as well. In to score on the play is Ophilio Castro. A bizarre sequence of events, and the Revolution now lead at 4-2. It was a perfect bunt from Justin Green down the third base line. And this is going to be ruled an E1. So no hit given to Green on the play. No run batted in given as well. It's an E1 with Lansford trying to shuffle it over to third base. Brendan Harris had charged in to try to make a play on the ball. And then Lansford wound up fielding it while his momentum was carrying him over towards the third baseline. And when he picked it up with his glove, he didn't look to see whether Harris was covering the third base bag. Brendan was not, and the ball went up the line. So Dan Lyons then had to reach over into foul territory to field it, and then his throw came back along the infield. But at that point, Ophilio Castro had already come home to score on the play. Kevin Baez has come out to the mound to talk things over with Jared Lansford. And without making a pitching change, that means the Ducks have now used one of their 3 timeouts in this ball game. So Green reaches on the infield single. Sorry, on the E1. Castro advances to third and comes home on that E1. And onto third goes Alberto Espinoza. So it's 4-2 Revolution lead it with 2 out in the top of the 4th. And now Eric Patterson will step in. A left-handed batter working against Jared Lansford here, trying to escape this inning without allowing further damage, as the first pitch to Patterson is on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Patterson's 0 for 2 today. 4 runs on 6 hits now for the Revolution. The 0-1. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So that'll be an unearned run charged against Jared Lansford. He's now allowed 4 runs in this start. This now the 3rd time in his last 9 starts in which he's allowed 4 runs. He has not allowed more than 4 runs at all during this last stretch of games. As the 1-1 here misses inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. But after pitching had dominated the first 2 games of this series, Jared Lansford has fallen on tougher times here in the series finale. Long Island looking for a 3-game sweep of the Revolution. It'll be their first sweep against the Revs this season and the first sweep overall since early July. As Patterson skies one foul down the left field line here, and that'll run the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Espinoza will lead off of third base. Justin Green off of first with excellent speed. 2 runs home here in the top of the 4th for the Revs, and they're looking for more. Patterson has 65 runs batted in. It's tied with Chad Tracy for the team lead and 3rd overall in the Atlantic League. Lansford from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to first. Hall knocks it down, collects, and will step on the bag to retire the side. But the Revolution put up 2 runs here in the top of the 4th inning on 1 hit with 1 error and 2 runners left on base. York leads 4-2 as we move to the bottom of the 4th on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Sean Garceau, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers, Nicolak Pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Duck fans, you want all the latest inside info on your back-to-back Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks? Then follow Ducks president and general manager Michael Pfaff on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucksGM. You'll find out first right here about player transactions, special stories, and so much more. You'll also be able to interact with Michael directly and get his take on all things Ducks baseball. Head to twitter.com/LIDucksGM today and make sure to follow along throughout the entire 15th anniversary season. Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video available at liducks.com. The Revolution with 2 runs in the top of the 4th off of Ducks starting pitcher Jared Lansford, and they now lead it 4-2 over the Flock. 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors for York. 2 runs on 2 hits, and 1 error for Long Island. So here in the bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be the heart of the order for the Ducks. Lou Ford, Bill Hall, and Adam Bailey due up. Ford's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to third base back in the 1st inning. Lone damage the Long Island Ducks have done against Scott Gorgon so far. 2-out, 2-run home run from Phelan Lentini in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch fastball to Ford, misses outside 1-0. The 1-0 now to Ford. Swung on and missed. 1-1. So the official ruling on that odd Justin Green play now back in the top of the 4th is that it was officially ruled a bunt single for Justin Green, not an E1. So Green gets the single as the pitch here to Lou Ford misses outside 2-1. But Green still does not get an RBI on the play as the runs score on the E1 from Jared Lansford. So overall in that top of the 4th, 1 run was earned, 1 run was not earned. As fastball here to Ford crosses the plate for a called strike. And the count moves to 2-2. Here Ford lines one over to right field. Over, however, is Justin Green in right center. He runs it down and makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll bring up Bill Hall, who popped out foul to the catcher Alberto Espinoza back in the 2nd inning. Scott Gorgon has been strong so far for the Revolution. 3 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. Currently holds a 4-2 lead. So Hall will step in here, right-handed batter with an open stance. First pitch from Gorgan, a fastball, letter high, misses outside, 1-0. Wind still blowing from right field to left field here at Bethpage Ballpark. Slight overcast, but overall still a predominantly sunny Monday morning. Fastball here on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Not many better ways to cure some of your Monday morning blues than to be out at a ball game. It's a very pleasant way to start your week. The 1-1. Changeup drops in for a called strike, and the count moves to 1-2. Have the official attendance for today's ball game. Camp days normally draw pretty well here at Bethpage Ballpark and around the Atlantic League. The 1-2 here to Hall is grounded foul down the third baseline. Today's attendance, 5,544. So it's been a strong 3-game homestand for the Ducks, attendance-wise and play-wise. They've won the first 2 games against the Revs, 2-1 on Saturday and 4-1 yesterday. That included the 9th sellout of the season for Long Island Saturday night when they welcomed 6,438 fans through the turnstiles at Bethpage Ballpark for Military Appreciation Night and a post-game Pyrotechnico fireworks extravaganza. Here the 1-2 changeup to Hall misses low, and the count runs even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gorgan works quickly from the windup, stares into Espinoza, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside, and that'll run the count full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Adam Bailey awaits on deck. But Bill Hall at the plate here, trying to get something going for the flock. Gorgan from the windup, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul. Hall able to stay alive. The count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's the 6th start of the season for Scott Gorgan with the Revolution. First 4 times he appeared in a game for the Revs was in relief. His last time out took a no decision in a 4-0 loss to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. From the stretch here, the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, line to short, but that'll stay in the air. And not high enough as Travis Garcia makes the catch for the second out. So 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th, and that'll bring up Adam Bailey. Scott Gorgan has worked 2 1-2-3 innings so far today. And now he'll work against the left-handed hitting Bailey, who had a big day at the plate yesterday, but had grounded out to second base earlier today. Bailey currently tied with Lou Ford for the team lead in home runs with 12. Gorgan works from the windup here. First pitch to Bailey is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Again, Gorgan began the season with the Camden River Sharks. It's the 1-0 here to Bailey. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. With Camden this season, Gorgan appeared in 11 games, making 8 starts, was 3-6 with a 7.11 earned run average. Did not get off to a good start with the River Sharks this year, as the fastball misses inside, and now Bailey works ahead in the count, 3-0. He had appeared in 14 games with Camden in 2013, made 11 starts, and didn't have any more success there as well. Went 0-8 with a 6.34 ERA, as the 3-0 is right down the middle for a strike here to Bailey, 3-1. His overall struggle in the Atlantic League in the last 2 years. Entering today's ballgame, he's 3-15 with a 6.45 ERA. The 3-1 to Bailey on the outside corner for a called strike, and that runs the count full to 3-2. But Gorgan has been a little better with the Revolution since joining them, and has had a strong start so far today. The 3-2 pitch popped up along the infield. In comes Garcia at short, calls everybody off, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Scott Gorgon gets his third 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. The Ducks are held in check through 4 innings. York leads 4-2 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Park in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle-In Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Top of the 5th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video streaming at liducks.com. 4-2 York leads over Long Island. 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Revs. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for the Flock. Jared Lansford comes back out for his 5th inning of work as he'll go up against the 3-4-5 batters for the Revolution. Travis Garcia, Chad Tracy, and Bryant Nelson due up here, with York sporting a 2-run lead. And the final game of this 3-game series and the final time that the Revolution will play here at Bethpage Ballpark in the 2014 regular season. First pitch from Lansford to Garcia is in there for a called strike, 0-1. Once this ball game concludes, the Revolution will become the second team in the Atlantic League to have played all 10 of their games at Bethpage Ballpark already this season, as Garcia swings through the fastball, and the count moves to 0-2. The Bridgeport Bluefish have also wrapped up all 10 games that they will play here at Bethpage Ballpark this year, and have ensured that they will no longer visit the Duck Pond at all this season, regardless of what happens in the postseason, as Lansford paints the black on the inside corner for a called third strike. Garcia disagrees, but it's the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Jared Lansford. 1 away here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Chad Tracy. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 1 away. Lansford has now thrown 92 pitches in this ball game. Needed 89 to get through the first 4 innings. So we'll see what kind of pitch limit Lansford has held on, how long his leash is here. As the first pitch to Chad Tracy is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Tracy's 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to the shortstop Dan Lyons in the first, grounded out to third in the 3rd inning. The 1-0 from Lansford. Fastball right down Broadway for a called strike, 1-1. York grabbed an early 2-0 lead in the top of the 2nd inning on a 2-run home run with 2 away by Sean Smith. The Ducks then responded with a 2-out, 2-run home run from Phelan Lentini in the bottom of the 3rd. Here a slider misses outside to Tracy, and the count moves to 2-1. But right after the Ducks had tied up the ball game in the bottom of the 3rd, York responded in the top of the 4th with 2 runs off of Jared Lansford. One of those runs being earned, 1 unearned, on an RBI single from Alberto Espinosa, and a fielding error from Jared Lansford. As here the fastball is fouled off by Tracy over the backstop and out of play. And the count runs even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last night, Bobby Blevins worked his first complete game of the season for Long Island, going 9 strong innings, allowing just 1 run, and that came on a solo home run to Eric Patterson in the top of the first inning. After that point, Blevins was lights out, as here Tracy grounds a base hit through the hole right up the middle. And Revolution with a 1-out base runner. It's the 8th hit of the ball game for the Revs, and that'll bring up Bryant Nelson with 1 away. So it's Tracy's first hit here. Lansford is still yet to work a 1-2-3 inning in today's ball game. And now Bryant Nelson will step to the plate. Nelson's 0 for 1. He walked his last time up, stole second base, and came home to score on an RBI single from Alberto Espinoza. First pitch here to Nelson. Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So Lansford having a little more difficulty on the rubber against the Revolution today than the previous 2 Duck starting pitchers had. The 0-1 to Nelson. Misses outside, 1-1. John Brownell threw 8 innings of 1-run ball on Saturday en route to his league-leading 11th win of the season. In the process, dropping his ERA on the season down to 3.87. Blevins was able to drop his ERA on the season down to 3.40 with yesterday's complete game. As Nelson pops up the 1-1 in foul territory, Bill Hall comes in and makes the catch for the second out. So 2 out and a runner at first base here in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Tim Battle, who is still yet to record his first hit of this series against Long Island.
Tim Battle, number 9.
Battle's 0 for 2 today. Now 0 for 9 in this series. In fact, Battle is now one of just 2 batters in the Revolution lineup already today that is yet to reach base. Both him and Eric Patterson are the only 2 that have not been on base yet. As York has touched up Jared Lansford for 4 runs on 8 hits, 3 of those 4 runs being earned. First pitch fastball here to Tim Battle, misses inside, 1-0. Infield plays back with 2 out, the outfield straight up. Sun shining here at Bethpage Ballpark. Very comfortable Monday morning, 12:45 local time. The 1-0. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Bill Hall holds on Chad Tracy at first base. Tracy not much of a threat to take off, but nonetheless remaining cognizant, considering this is a York Revolution team that leads the league in stolen bases with 116 on the season. Lansford from the stretch, the 2-0. Swung on and lined to center field, falling quickly. In comes Crawford. He can't make the play as he tries to trap it on a dive. It'll stay in front of him, going first to third is Chad Tracy. Now runners on the corners with 2 out. 9th hit of the ball game for the Revolution, and that'll bring up Ophilio Castro.
Third baseman, number 11, Ophilio Castro, number 11.
Well, that was Crawford's first chance in the field as a member of the Ducks this season, and it was a tough one, a line drive that Crawford was sort of caught in the middle, didn't know whether he should sprint in and dive or play it safe and keep it in front of him. Instead, he kind of leaned down while pseudo-diving towards home plate and wound up just trapping the ball. So it's a base hit for Tim Battle, his first hit of the series. Now the Revolution have runners in the corners with 2 out for Ophilio Castro, who's been on base 2 times and has scored a pair of runs. First pitch fastball here, misses upstairs, 1-0. Castro singled and scored a run in the second, walked and scored a run in the fourth. Tracy off of third, Battle off of first. Infield plays back with 2 away. Hall holds the runner on at first base as the fastball misses low, 2-0. Castro with 34 runs batted in this season. Utility infielder making the start over at third base today. The 2-0. Fastball misses inside, 3-0. You got to wonder how long the leash is now for Jared Lansford, as Lansford is officially above 100 pitches. Now at 106, about to throw his 107th. The 3-0. Swung on and grounded over to short. Lyons fields cleanly. The toss to second in time, and that will retire the side. So Castro swinging on a 3-0 count helps Lansford get out of a jam and strand 2 on base. So no runs for the Revs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. Halfway home, the Ducks trail the Revolution 4-2 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is pitcher Jared Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back, and our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegLINY.com/community.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as a color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, display your group's artwork, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Bottom of the 5th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz here on youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also liducks.com. 4-2 the Revolution in front of Long Island. 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors for York. 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error for the Ducks. Jared Lansford getting helped out by Ophilio Castro in the top of the 5th inning. Lansford on the ropes, north of 100 pitches, and a 3-0 count to Castro, but Castro swings on that 3-0 count and grounds one softly over to shortstop, which Dan Lyons is able to convert the putout to retire the side. So Lansford able to get out of a jam, stranding 2 runners on base. And we'll see if that's all she wrote for Lansford with a rested Ducks bullpen ready to go. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Cody Puckett, Evan Crawford, and Jan Vasquez due up. First pitch to Puckett. Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike 0-1. Cody's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second base back in the 2nd inning. The 0-1 pitch from Gorgon. Changeup, grounded softly down the third base line. Foul ball, says the third base umpire, Fred DeJesus. And the count moves to 0-2. Puckett currently 3rd on the team with runs batted in with 52 on the season. Has had a little bit of a dry spell. Wasn't helped out last night by a somewhat controversial call. Wound up not affecting the end result of the ball game, but still something you don't often see called. And that came in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 0-2 to Puckett misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 1 run already home in the bottom of the 5th inning in last night's ball game, Cody Puckett came to the plate with Bill Hall leading off of third base and 1 away. As Gorgon here works from the windup, the 1-2 misses well outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Puckett then flew out to center field, where Sean Smith made the catch. Bill Hall tagged up from third base and seemingly came home to score. But the Revolution then appealed over to third, saying that Bill Hall had left early. As the fastball here to Puckett misses inside and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the appeal was successful for the Revolution, as they decided that yes, Bill Hall indeed left early from third base. So it was an 8-5 double play. And instead of the Ducks leading 5-1 at the time, they wound up just leading 4-1. As here, Puckett grounds the 3-2 over to second base. Sharply hit, fielded on a hop by Patterson. Stumbles a little bit, but throws it on to first in time to retire Cody Puckett. One away here in the bottom of the fifth. And that'll bring up Ducks newcomer Evan Crawford. Crawford made a splash in his first at-bat with the Ducks back in the third inning. Led off that inning with a base hit up the middle, then stole second base, advanced to third on a ground out from Jan Vasquez before he was thrown out at home trying to score on first contact from a slow chopper off the bat of Dan Lyons. First pitch here to Crawford on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Then Crawford hit .238 with 4 home runs and 17 RBI in 52 games with the River City Rascals of the Frontier League before being traded over here. Here he grounds the 0-1 over to short. Long hop fielded by Garcia charging in, and his throw to first base beats the speedy Crawford. Quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the fifth, and that'll bring up Jan Vasquez. 6 consecutive retired by Scott Gorgon now with 2 away in the bottom of the fifth, and the Revolution holding on to a 4-2 lead. Just 2 hits allowed by Gorgon to this point. The big hit coming as a 2-out, 2-run home run from Phelan Lentini. Back in the bottom of the third, it was his 3rd home run of the season, the first that has come here at Bethpage Ballpark. As the first pitch to Jan Vasquez is a fastball that misses high and outside, 1-0. Vasquez, the switch hitter, batting from the left side, his preferred spot. He's 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short back in the third inning. Dan Lyons awaits on deck. The 1-0 to Vasquez. Change-up floats in for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-1. Again, this is the only active game right now in the Atlantic League. Lancaster Barnstormers, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs get underway later today, as do the Bridgeport Bluefish and the Sugar Land Skeeters. Fastball here from Gorgon misses outside, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Second camp day of the year here at Bethpage Ballpark. And the Ducks will play in another camp day on Wednesday against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs over at Regency Furniture Stadium. Here Vasquez pops up the 2-1 behind home plate. Espinoza removes his mask and makes the catch for the final out. A 1-2-3 inning work by Scott Gorgon. He's now retired 7 consecutive Ducks batters. And the Revolution hold on to a 4-2 lead as we move to the top of the 6th on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here, top of the 6th inning in the second and final camp day of the 2014 season for Long Island. Fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Jared Lansford's day has come to a close for Long Island. as he works 5 innings. We'll get his final line in a second. But right now, the new pitcher into the ball game for the Ducks is Sergio Perez, making his Long Island Ducks debut, one of 3 recent acquisitions for the Flock. He's taken the place of Jeremy Accardo in the bullpen, who was released prior to Saturday night's ball game. So Perez will make his debut with Long Island. 6'3", 230-pound right-handed reliever, originally from Tampa, Florida. Played his college ball at the University of Tampa. Was a second-round draft pick by the Houston Astros back in 2006, and this will be his first appearance of the 2014 season. He'll work against the 8, 9, and 1 batters due up for the Revs here in the top of the 6th. Sean Smith, Alberto Espinoza, and then back to the top of the order in Justin Green. First pitch to Smith, a fastball, misses outside, 1-0. Smith's 1 for 2 today, had a 2-run home run back in the second, which gave York a 2-0 lead at the time. Struck out swinging in the 4th. 1-0 fastball from Perez, misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So we have Jared Lansford's final line for Long Island, and not the start that Lansford was really looking for. He goes 5 innings for the Ducks as the changeup from Perez misses low. And in his first batter that he goes against in his 2014 season, he's fallen behind 3 balls and no strikes. Quickly from the windup, the 3-0. Fastball misses low, ball 4. So Perez comes in and walks the first batter he sees on 4 pitches. Not the start he was looking for, and that'll bring up Alberto Espinoza. So Jared Lansford's final line, he goes 5 innings. He allows 4 runs, 3 of which are earned on 9 hits. Go along with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. And 1 home run allowed as well. He tosses 107 pitches, 68 for strikes. So now Perez will work from the stretch with Espinoza at the plate. Espinoza's 1 for 2, had a bloop base hit his last time up. Score Brian Nelson from second base, and at the time, give York a 3-2 lead. Here the slider breaks in for a called strike, 0-1. Smith is certainly somebody that you have to watch out for over at first base. He has 25 steals this season, second most on the team. A very athletic player. He's being held on by Bill Hall. And with Perez making his first appearance, we'll see how his pickoff move is and how well he holds on base runners. So this one's grounded over to third. Harris Fields over to second for 1. The turn to first in time. Nice 5-4-3 double play turn by the Ducks. Retires Sean Smith from the base paths. And fans, that double play by the Ducks is brought to you by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the union that cares for the community. So a pitcher's best friend helps out Sergio Perez, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order and Justin Green with 2 out and nobody on. Long Island looking for their first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Lansford struggled mightily, but give Lansford credit. Despite getting in and out of danger pretty much in every inning of work, he's kept Long Island in this ball game. They just trail by 2 runs here with 2 out, nobody on in the top of the 6th inning. As the first pitch to Justin Green misses low, 1-0. That's really all you could ask for from your starting pitcher. It's clear Jared Lansford didn't have his ace stuff on the mound today, but still in doing so, he's kept Long Island in this ball game. Still plenty of baseball left to be played as the 1-0 misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Green is 2 for 3 today, had a base hit in the first, was caught stealing, and grounded out to short in the third and dropped down a bunt single in the 4th. 2-0 pitch to Green. Slider fisted shallow right. In comes Phelan Lentini. Had a late break on it. He dives, but he can't get there in time, and it drops in for a base hit. Lentini was frozen in right field for the first maybe second that ball was in the air. And then by the time he realized he needed to race in, it was falling too quickly, and Justin Green has his 3rd base hit of the ball game. It's the 10th hit overall for the Revs, and ensures that the Ducks will still not have a 1-2-3 inning yet in this ball game. It's also the 3rd time today that Long Island had 2 out and nobody on base. And it's the 3rd consecutive time in that situation in which the Ducks have allowed a 2-out base hit to continue the inning. So now Perez will work against Eric Patterson, who's 0 for 3 today, and is the lone Revolution batter that has yet to reach base. First pitch from Perez to Patterson, 2-seamer on the inside corner, knee high for a called strike 0-1. Patterson, a very dangerous batter, already has a couple of extra base hits in this series. His league-leading 15th triple back on Saturday as he swings through the fastball here and falls behind in the count 0-2. And had his 12th home run of the season in last night's ball game. Provided for the lone offense, really, for the Revolution. Bobby Blevins shut them down. 9 innings, a complete game effort, just 1 run on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Only 3 times throughout the duration of last night's ball game did the Revolution have a runner in scoring position, and one of those times was Eric Patterson's solo home run. Here Patterson fists one foul down the third base line on a fastball that rode high and inside. And the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. 2 away, top of the 6th, the runner at first base with excellent speed in the form of Justin Green, and the Ducks trailing the Revolution 4-2. Infield shifted slightly towards the right side against the left-handed hitting Patterson. The 0-2 pitch from Perez. Swung on and fisted foul. And Patterson able to stay alive. The shift has already worked twice for Long Island against Patterson in today's ball game. Back in the 3rd inning, he grounded a ball up the middle, which for a normal configuration might have been a base hit. But Dan Lyons, shaded towards the second base bag, was able to field it cleanly and fired onto first for the 6-3 putout. Here the 0-2 to Patterson's a slider that misses low and inside. Vasquez blocks. He failed to find it initially, but doesn't bounce far enough away to entice Justin Green over at first. So it's just a harmless ball, and the count moves to 1-2. His last time up, Patterson grounded one over to first base, and with Bill Hall guarding the line, he was able to knock it down and then collect it, step on the bag to retire the side. That stranded a couple of runners on base paths. In fact, in 2 consecutive innings, the Revolution have stranded runners at the corners. Here the 1-2 is swung on and missed strike 3. Sergio Perez works a scoreless top of the 6th inning in his Ducks debut. And the score remains 4-2 as we move to the bottom of the 6th on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Adam Bailey, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
Bring your birthday to the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available for the 2014 season. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Bottom of the 6th inning now at the Duck Pond. Mark Schwartz here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and video streaming at liducks.com. Scott Gorgon remains in the ball game for the Revs as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Gorgon has been very strong, the lone blemish. A 2-out, 2-run home run from Phelan Lentini in the bottom of the 3rd. Otherwise, Gorgon has really kept this Ducks offense in check. He'll work against the 9-1-2 batters for Long Island here in the bottom of the 6th. Dan Lyons will lead things off, followed by Phelan Lentini. and Brendan Harris. Sergio Perez works a successful scoreless top of the 6th inning in his Ducks debut. So Long Island already getting some nice contributions from a couple of their newcomers. Evan Crawford is 1 for 2 today with a stolen base, and Sergio Perez has worked a scoreless inning of relief. First pitch here to Dan Lyons is a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Gorgon from the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Fastball grounded over to third. That'll stay fair. In comes Ophelio Castro. He fields cleanly, and his throw to first in time for out number 1. That's now 8 consecutive retired by Scott Gorgon since he allowed the 2-out, 2-run home run to Phelan Lentini. Speaking of whom, we'll step to the batter's box here with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. Lentini's home run in the 3rd inning was his 3rd home run of the season. Now gives him 45 runs batted in. It was his first home run here at Bethpage Ballpark. First one came over at Southern Maryland in early June. And the next one came in early July against the Lancaster Barnstormers over at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Here the first pitch, fastball to Lentini, missed outside, 1-0. And from the windup, the 1-0. Fouled off to the backstop. 1-1's the count. Only 2 hits for Long Island in this ballgame against Gorgon. Both of those hits coming in the 3rd inning. Evan Crawford led off the inning with a bloop base hit right back up the middle, and of course Lentini capped off the inning with his 2-run home run. The 1-1 here from Gorgon misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. If you take that 1/3 inning out of the equation, Gorgon has not allowed a single base runner outside of it. He retired the first 6 batters he faced and has retired the last 8 he has faced. The 2-1 here to Lentini, misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Gorgon has yet to walk a batter in this ballgame, and needed just 74 pitches to get through the first 5 innings. But in danger of walking Lentini here. From the windup, the 3-1 to Phelan. Swung on and grounded through the hole on the left side. Lentini with his 2nd hit of the ballgame. 3rd hit overall for the Ducks, and they have a 1-out base runner, and a very dangerous one at that, with Brendan Harris coming to the plate. So that'll bring out Mark Mason, the manager for the Revolution. He's going to make a pitching change. Scott Gorgon had retired 8 consecutive. He allows a 1-out base hit to Phelan Lentini here in the bottom of the 6th, and Mason not playing any games. He'll make a call to the bullpen, and we'll take a break for the pitching change as Gorgon's day comes to a close. Ducks currently trailing 4-2 against the Revolution with 1 out and runner at first in the top of the 6th on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
View
places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark. The new pitcher is Bo Vaughn, and his first pitch, fastball to Brendan Harris, misses low for a ball, 1-0. Bo Vaughn taking the place of Scott Gorgon, who leaves in line for what would be his fourth win of the season. If the Revolution can hold on to this 4-2 lead throughout the remainder of this ballgame, Vaughn will throw over to first base, and Phelan Lentini back standing safely. Of course, Lentini, somebody you always have to keep aware of, leads the league in stolen bases with 37, and he is yet to be caught stealing yet this season. As Brendan Harris will ask for time now at home plate. It's granted to him by Warren Nicholson. Harris is 0 for 2 today. Currently has a 27-game on-base streak on the line. Probably get at least 2 more at-bats, including this one, in the ballgame. Lentini takes off. Slider misses outside. The throw to second not nearly in time. And Phelan Lentini has his league-leading 38th stolen base of the season. And now Lentini is a perfect 38 of 38. The Lentini's impressive streak of stealing bases continues. And now the Ducks have a runner in scoring position with 1 away for Brendan Harris and a 2-0 count to the former big leaguer. Vaughn from the stretch. Harris chops one over to third. Fielded by Castro. Lentini was taking off on the grounder, and he is tagged out. A base-running blunder there from Phelan Lentini. Normally the old adage goes you don't run on something that's in front of you when the force isn't there, but Lentini took off on contact. He's tagged out by Ophelio Castro. So Brendan Harris reaches on the fielder's choice. 5 unassisted. And now the Ducks have 2 out and a runner at first base. Harris not happy with his at-bat there. He'll lead off of first with Lou Ford at the plate. Ford's 0 for 2 so far today. But certainly a base running mistake there from Phelan Lentini as the changeup misses low to Lou, 1-0. Ford now has seen his batting average dip under 340 as he fists one foul against the backstop. And the count runs even at 1-1. 339 batting average as it currently stands for Ford with his 0 for 2 performance so far today. Still second highest in the league behind Justin Green of York. Harris leads off of first, held on by Chad Tracy as the slider is grounded over to second. Patterson Fields tosses it on to second base, and that will retire the side. So Bo Vaughn comes on and strands the inherited runner. That'll close the book on Scott Gorgon as the Revolution stay in front 4-2 through 6 innings on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder John Myers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
fans, chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee available right now at our concession stands. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. New pitcher in the ballgame now for the Ducks as we move to the top of the 7th inning. York currently leading it over Long Island 4-2. 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Rebs. 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error for the Ducks. The new pitcher is another newcomer for Long Island. It's Tommy Organ making his debut with Long Island. Organ is 6'5", 165-pound southpaw, making his debut with the Flock as Scott Gorgon's day has come to a close. And we'll get Gorgon's line in a final second. But Organ will make his debut now with the Flock. He appeared in 9 games with the River City Rascals of the Frontier League earlier this season in his first year of professional baseball. And in those 9 appearances, he made 5 starts, including 1 complete game and 1 shutout. He was 3-1 in those 9 appearances with a 4.97 ERA, 29 innings of work. He struck out 26 batters against 10 walks. So now Oregon will make an appearance out of the bullpen. A needed left-handed arm for the Ducks as they had previously just had Eric Neeson as the lone southpaw. The Ducks needed a lefty and they got him here. First pitch to Travis Garcia is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Oregon standing tall from the pitching mound as his fastball is swung on and tipped by Garcia, rolls to the backstop, and Oregon is quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Long Island was looking for another southpaw to complement Eric Neeson in the bullpen, and they got him from River City in a trade for John Myers that was executed a couple of days ago. Crawford and Oregon were both activated and signed yesterday, and now both of those guys making their Ducks appearances today as the fastball misses outside from Oregon, and the count moves to 1-2. There's still another piece to that trade, and we'll get to that later, as the 1-2 is fouled off the facade of the suite level and back towards the general seating bowl. Count stays at 1-2. John Myers was traded over to River City for the rights of Evan Crawford, Tommy Organ, and a player to be named later. Of course, we don't know who that player to be named later is, as that player to be named later will be named later. Here the 1-2 from Oregon is swung on and missed, strike 3. Nice changeup from the southpaw Oregon. Gets Travis Garcia out in front. 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. So Tommy Organ trying to continue the success from Sergio Perez, who made his Ducks debut and worked a scoreless top of the 6th. 1 away, nobody on base, and that'll bring up Chad Tracy, who was 1 for 3 today, had a base hit his last time up. From the stretch, first pitch slider curves in for a nice called strike, 0-1. Nice movement there from Oregon. That ball started off in a left-handed batter's box and then swooped right in at the knees for a called strike. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses low and inside. Bounces off of Jan Vasquez and then bounces towards the backstop. Gotta imagine there's a little extra adrenaline for Tommy Organ here. Also, probably a little more nerves. Always a little nerve-wracking when you move from one team to the other. Of course, Oregon having to make the long drive over from River City in the Frontier League here to the East Coast as the fastball misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Also, it's his first season of professional baseball. Not often do you see somebody in the Atlantic League in their first season. The 2-1 here to Tracy misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Normally in the Atlantic League, you get a bunch of former major leaguers and players that have been around minor league organizations for a long time. But here, Oregon's in the Atlantic League as a fastball at the knees for a called strike, 3-2. Oregon works from the stretch with nobody on base. Infield plays back with 1 away. From the stretch, the 3-2. Swung on, grounded over to short. Lions can't field the in-between hop. It deflects off the heel of his glove, and Chad Tracy will be safe at first base. We'll see what the official ruling is. Tough play for Lyons, ranging to his left. Hit sharply, and it's ruled an E6. So it's the second error of the ball game for the Ducks. Tough play, tough chance for Dan Lyons, as he was trying to range over to his left while simultaneously fielding the sharply hit ground ball. So Tracy will lead off of first base. First base runner allowed by Tommy Organ. And that'll bring up Bryant Nelson, the former big leaguer. 0 for 2 today. Switch hitter will bat from the right side for the first time tonight, as the fastball crosses the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Bryant Nelson shaking his head at that decision made by the home plate umpire, Warren Nicholson. Doesn't seem like a lot of the players have had fond feeling towards Nicholson's strike zone today. The 0-1 from Oregon is swung on and missed. Change up there, got Nelson out in front, and Bryant has quickly fallen behind 0-2. Middle infield at double play depth, hoping for a ground ball. Oregon trying to work a successful scoreless first inning of relief. The 0-2 from the southpaw. Fastball just misses off the plate. And the count. Oh no, it was on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Nicholson with a delayed call there. I looked down for a second and I missed the strikeout call. Well, Tommy Organ gets his second strikeout of the inning. 2 away now with the runner at first base. And that'll bring up Tim Battle. I was going to say that ball looked like it very well could have been called a strike. But it was. I just looked down and missed it for a second. As here, Oregon will throw over to first base and Tracy back standing safely. So Tim Battle at the plate now. He had a base hit his last time up. 1 for 3 in this ballgame. Now 1 for 10 in this series. Full bat from the right side as the first pitch from Oregon is swung on and missed 0-1. It's the final game of this 3-game homestand for the Ducks. They had a 10-game road trip, which concluded Friday night at Camden. And they have these 3 games at home against the Revolution before hitting the road for a 6-game road trip on Wednesday. Fastball here on the outside corner for a called strike, and Oregon has jumped ahead in the count now at 0-2. So Tommy Organ trying to impress in his Ducks debut, ahead in the count against Tim Battle, with Chad Tracy leading off of first base. Ducks trailing 4-2, 2 away, top of the 7th. Oregon from the stretch, 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of the camp still in attendance, getting into this ball game. Have some choreographed dances and songs, as you would expect a camp to have. The 1-2 from Oregon is chopped softly foul, and Battle's just able to stay alive at the count and remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So all 3 newcomers for the Ducks making appearances today. Sergio Perez worked a scoreless inning of relief in the 6th. Evan Crawford got the start in center field. He's 1 for 2 so far today. And Tommy Organ here on the mound, trying to work a scoreless top of the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses low and inside. Briefly gets away from Jan Vasquez, but not far enough to entice Chad Tracy to advance from first base. And the count runs even at 2-2. Well, we've had very quick ball games in the first 2 games of this series, but today's ball game taking a little longer, and you'd expect that, as the last 2 probably outliers in terms of duration. As here, Battle grounds one softly past Oregon, I should say, and that'll die along the infield for an infield single. Tommy Organ, coming off the mound, did not field that ball cleanly. Instead, it rolled to Brendan Harris, who by the time he picked it up had no play over to first. So an infield single for Tim Battle continues the inning. Once again, the Ducks struggling to finish off innings. It's another 2-out base hit. It's the 4th 2-out base, 4th 2-out base hit of the ball game for the Revolution. It's an infield single for Battle. He's now 2 for 4 today. Tracy advances over to second base. That'll bring up Ophelio Castro, who's 1 for 2 with a pair of runs scored. Oregon from the stretch. First pitch fastball to Castro, misses low and inside, 1-0. Chad Tracy reached on an E6. He leads off of second base, so any runs potentially scored this inning by York will be unearned, charged against Tommy Oregon. The 1-0. Fastball knee high for a called strike, 1-1. Oregon wearing number 27, a number that was previously used by Keith Castillo earlier this season. Before Castillo was traded over to the American Association very briefly before he was released and now finds himself back in the Atlantic League. The 1-1. Check swing fastball, letter high. Did he go? No, says Richard Katz at first base, and the count moves to 2-1. Keith Castillo actually right now is with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs after he had a brief stint with the Lancaster Barnstormers, so the Ducks will get an opportunity to see their former teammate when they travel down to Waldorf, Maryland, starting a 3-game series on Wednesday. The 2-1. Fastball outside corner for a called strike, and that'll run the count even at 2-2. Tracy off of second after he reached on an error. Battle off of first after he reached on a slow dribbler down the third base line that resulted in an infield single. Oregon working on the mound, trying to get out of this inning and keep it at a 2-run ball game. From the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the backstop. Castro with a very defensive swing there just to stay alive. Sean Smith awaiting on deck, hoping for an opportunity. He's been on base 2 times, including a 2-run home run back in the top of the second. Oregon takes his time on the mound as he stares into Jan Vasquez for the call. He'll work from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball just misses off the plate, and the count runs full to 3-2. Got to take a brief second with Warren Nicholson umping behind home plate because he normally takes a second before he makes a call on whether something was a ball or a strike. That one just missed. And now the count is run full. So that'll give Tracy a head start off of second base. And it'll give Battle a head start off of first with the infield playing back and 2 away. From the stretch, the 3-2. Misses upstairs, ball 4. So after Nicholson squeezed the strike zone against Oregon on the previous pitch, this fastball misses well upstairs. And now the bases are now loaded with 2 out in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up Sean Smith. So a big moment in this ball game now, with the bases loaded and 2 away. The Ducks still trailing by 2 runs, but Revolution have an opportunity to open up this game. First pitch to Smith, the fastball misses outside, 1-0. Smith had a 2-run home run back in the second inning, struck out swinging in the 4th and walked in the 6th. The fielding error from Dan Lyons, an infield single that went about 45 feet up the third baseline, and a walk has loaded the bases, with Oregon making his Ducks debut, the 1-0. Fastball misses high and outside, 2-0. Infield plays back with 2 away, but the Revolution are once again threatening. The 2-0. Fastball chopped foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jared Lansford was able to work in and out of danger in today's ball game to at least keep the Ducks in it. Did allow 4 runs, 3 of which are earned. There were other opportunities for the Revolution to open up the ball game, and they failed to capitalize. notably the top of the 5th when they stranded runners on the corners. The 2-1 here misses outside. And now 3 balls and 1 strike. Smith ahead in the count. See if he takes all the way here. Got to imagine that he's sitting dead red fastball. Oregon needs to throw a strike with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put Sean Smith on base. You don't want to walk in a run. Oregon from the stretch, the 3-1. Swung on and lifted to center field straight away. Under it is Evan Crawford. He has space. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So Tommy Oregon loads the bases but is able to work himself out of danger and keeps it at a 2-run ball game. Bend but not break approach there. 4-2 the Revolution lead as we'll stretch and then move to the bottom of the 7th inning on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, it's Jeremy Accardo, pitcher, and you're listening to the Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglinY.com/save money.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
We're done stretching here at Bethpage Ballpark as we return for the bottom of the 7th inning. Bill Hall will lead things off. It's the 4, 5, 6 batters due up for the Ducks. As a new pitcher comes into the game for the Revolution, new pitcher is the former big leaguer Mark Hendrickson, the very tall 6'9", 245-pound southpaw from Mount Vernon, Washington. And he'll work against Bill Hall here to lead things off. First pitch to Hall is lined foul down the first base line, 0-1. Hall today is 0 for 2. Popped out to the catcher in the 2nd inning and lined out to shortstop in the 4th. As they work against the tallest member of either of these teams. Very noticeable 6'9". I guess it's hard to not be noticeable when you're that tall. As this one's grounded over to second. Patterson bobbles the ball initially, and his throw to first still beats Bill Hall for an eventful 4-3 putout. It was grounded up the middle. Patterson failed to field it cleanly on the backhand. Deflected off the heel of his glove, but he stayed with it, collected, and fired it onto first in time to beat Hall. So 1 away, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Adam Bailey, who's 0 for 2 so far today. But Bailey has hit pretty well against left-handed pitching this season. He went 2 for 4 with 4 runs batted in and 2 doubles in last night's ball game against the southpaw Logan Williamson. So he'll look for similar success here against the southpaw Hendrickson. First pitch fastball misses outside, 1-0. Against left-handed pitching this season, Bailey's hitting .288 with 6 home runs and 26 RBI. Hitting slightly better against right-handed pitching. But still, that's not a bad split for a left-handed bat against a southpaw pitcher, as the slider curves in for a called strike, 1-1. Middle of the order for the Ducks has certainly struggled today. Pretty much everyone as a whole has struggled. Long Island has just 2 runs on 3 hits. The 1-1 from Hendrickson. Fastball chopped down the right first base side. Hendrickson fields, spins around, and his throw to first is in time for out number 2. So Bailey's now 0 for 3 today. And that'll bring up Cody Puckett, who's 0 for 2 as well. Long Island's looking for their first sweep of the York Revolution this season, and their first sweep of any team since early July. Won the first 2 games of this series, thanks in large part to stellar starting pitching. But Jared Lansford did not have his ace stuff today. Allowed 4 runs, 3 earned, over 5 innings of work as Cody Puckett checks his swing, but he goes around on the first pitch slider in the dirt, and it counts 0-1. In addition, the first 2 games of this series were very quick. Saturday's game was 2 hours and 21 minutes in duration, which at the time was the shortest of the season. And then Sunday's game beat that, going just 2 hours and 13 minutes. As here, Puckett grounds one foul down the third base line, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Of course, with the new pace of play initiative in the Atlantic League, that helps contribute to the quicker ball games, but I think the main catalyst towards the quicker ball games over the last 2 days was just very strong starting pitching from both sides. As this game's gone a little longer, still an average duration game, but right now the Ducks trailing 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th, 2 out, nobody on base. 0-2 pitch to Puckett. Sliders fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Cody's able to stay alive. Puckett grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning, and grounded out to second again in the 5th. 0 for 2 today. Only 3 hits in the ball game for the Ducks. Phelan Lentini has 2 of them. Lentini also with a run scored, 2 RBI, a home run, and a stolen base. He's been most of the Ducks' offense to this point. The 0-2 to Puckett. Slider swung on and missed, strike 3. 1-2-3 inning of relief for Mark Hendrickson. Through 7 innings, the Revolution lead 4-2 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak pavers, Nicolak pavers, pave your way.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball.
Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Hey Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. New pitcher in the ballgame now for Long Island. John Malone will enter. 4th pitcher used by the Ducks today, as Tommy Organ works a scoreless inning of relief in his Ducks debut. was a little adventurous as he allowed one hit and one walk and eventually allowed the bases to be loaded, but he strikes out a pair and is able to work out of that bases loaded jam to keep the Ducks in this ball game as Long Island continues to trail 4-2. 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Rebs, 2 runs on 3 hits, and 2 errors for the Ducks.
Catcher number 15, Alberto Espinosa, number 15.
So leading things off against John Malone will be Alberto Espinosa. Espinosa's 1 for 3 today. Had a base hit and a run batted in back in the 4th inning. At the time, that gave the Revolution a 3-2 lead. They later added another run when the next batter, Justin Green, dropped down a bunt down the third base line, and Jared Lansford tossed it onto third base thinking somebody was guarding or occupying that bag. Nobody was. And that scored Ofelio Castro from second on the E1. As here, Espinosa takes the first pitch, fastball that misses low for a ball, 1-0. The overcast is pretty much cleared away here at Bethpage Ballpark. It's now a very sunny field as this one's grounded over to short. Lions can't field the backhand, and Espinosa will be safe. That'll likely be ruled an E6. It is, and it's the 3rd error of the ball game for the Ducks, 2nd error for Dan Lyons. Lyons normally pretty sure-handed, just wasn't able to field that backhand cleanly. It was a high hop to his right as he went towards the hole. Well, just wasn't able to squeeze that grounder in his glove successfully, and it bounced away from him. So Espinosa will lead off at first base, reaching on the E6. And that ensures that there's been at least still no 1, 2, 3 innings worked by Ducks pitching tonight. Well, today I should say. It's still early. As Justin Green fouls off the first pitch fastball, and the count moves to 0-1. Green's 3 for 4 today with 3 singles. Has been caught stealing once. Singled in the 1st, the 4th, and in the 6th. He has 3 of the 11 hits overall for the Revolution in today's ball game. Malone from the stretch takes his time, the 0-1. Fastball misses high and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Malone is 6'3", 225-pound right-handed reliever from Shawnee, Kansas. 2nd year with the Long Island Ducks. Spent 3 seasons in the major leagues. From the stretch, the 1-1. Fastball blooped to right field. Over is Phelan Lentini. He has space. Treks back a couple of steps and makes the catch for out number 1. One away, that'll bring up Eric Patterson. Patterson's 0 for 4 today and still remains the only Revolution batter to fail to reach base to this point. Struck out his last time up against Sergio Perez. Unusually quiet game for Eric Patterson considering how well he's played against the Ducks this season. Entered with a .459 batting average against the Flock in 13 games with 16 runs scored and 10 runs batted in. First pitch fastball here to Patterson on the inside corner, knee high for a called strike, 0-1. Malone, once he returned to the Ducks, originally was not used as the closer because Long Island was still holding on to Leo Rosales at the time. Rosales then was signed away by the Mexican League. And once that happened, Malone took over as the closer. As Patterson pops up the 0-1, shallow center field, out goes Dan Lyons. Miscommunication, he can't find it, and it drops in for a base hit. Well, there was some miscommunication between Lyons and the center fielder, Evan Crawford. Crawford playing his first game in the field. Lyons went back and ranged into shallow center, and it looked like he was expecting Evan Crawford to call him off and make the catch, considering how far back Lyons had to go. But Crawford never called off Lyons, thinking that Dan had it. And by the time Dan realized that nobody had called him off, the ball continued to float out to shallow center, and it wound up dropping in that Bermuda Triangle in between Lyons at short, Puckett at second, and Crawford in center. It's a base hit for Eric Patterson. He's on base for the first time today. And it's the second really fielding blunder this inning by the Ducks, as that one should have been caught. Now the pitch to Travis Garcia is a fastball in the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Espinoza led off the inning reaching on an E6. And here, it's a fortuitously placed fly ball base hit for Eric Patterson to shallow center field. So 2 runners on, 1 away. Ducks still trailing by 2 runs. Malone from the stretch. Checks the runner at second. The 0-1. Fastball swung on and missed, 0-2. Well, the Ducks have been in a bend but not break situation in each of the last 4 innings now, ever since they allowed 2 runs in the top of the 4th. And still could have allowed even more in that inning as the Revolution stranded a pair. But York has threatened inning in and inning out against the Ducks. And Long Island has only relinquished 4 runs to this point. The 0-2 to Garcia is blooped down the right field line. And that's going to land out of play. And the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Garcia is 2 for 4 today. Had a pair of base hits in his first 2 at-bats, and he has struck out in his last 2 at-bats. Espinoza leads off of second base. Patterson off of first. Malone from the stretch, the 0-2. Swung on and popped up right behind home plate. Jan Vasquez is underneath it, and he makes the catch for the second out. So 2 away now in the top of the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Chad Tracy, who was 1 for 3 today, reached on an error his last time up, but was stranded at third base. Revolution have stranded 10 runners on base today and still lead this ballgame 4-2. 4 runs on 12 hits, no errors for York, 2 runs on 3 hits, and 3 errors for the Ducks. Malone trying to work himself out of this inning, despite his defense not really helping him out. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Tracy is a curveball that drops in for a called strike, 0-1. Ever since John Malone lost the closer role, which came at the back end of the 13-game losing streak for the Ducks, when Long Island blew the opener of a 3-game series against the Camden River Sharks over at Campbell's Field, that was the last time that Malone was brought in for a save situation. Here the 0-1 is swung on and missed, 0-2. Since Malone was taken out of the closer role, the Ducks have tried Eric Neeson, David Kopp, and Brett Lauren. Neeson failed to record a save in his first opportunity the very next day after Malone was taken out. So then it was handed over to David Kopp, who got 2 saves, but then relinquished his role as closer to Brett Lauren, who is 2 for 2 in save opportunities since he has come on. And he's likely to be the closer when the Ducks need the next opportunity. Here the 0-2 fastball misses outside, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Ducks will have the bottom of their order due up in the bottom of the 8th inning as they look for a late game rally to try and complete a sweep of the Revolution. From the stretch, the 1-2 from Malone. Swung on and popped up, foul territory, first base side. Bill Hall over. Does he have enough space? He does, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So John Malone allows 2 base runners, but strands both of them as the Revolution fail to capitalize once again. York still leads 4-2 as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Brett Lauren, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks.
Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So, every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Labor is on the move. PEF.
They are the Public Employees Federation.
They know it's time for workers to unite, to speak out, to demand government accountability for the way public services are delivered.
They provide healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled.
They're the Public Employees Federation.
PEF, the problem-solving union. PEF is the union that cares for the community. Learn more at pef.org. PEF, labor on the move.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Revolution. Their fourth pitcher used today. It'll be Ian Durham on the mound. Durham, the 6'4", 200-pound right-handed right-handed reliever from Ventura, California, will be in the ball game here. Try to preserve this 4-2 lead for the Revolution and set up a potential save opportunity for Rami Lewis in the bottom of the ninth. Here, Durham will work against the 7, 8, 9 batters for the Ducks. Bottom of the order due up. It'll be Evan Crawford, followed by Jan Vasquez and Dan Lyons. Two more runners were stranded in the top of the 8th inning by the Revolution. They've now stranded 12 base runners in today's ball game. They've threatened in each inning today, but they have just 4 runs to show for it. Long Island's lone production today really just came in the bottom of the 3rd inning when Phelan Lentini lifted a 2-run home run with 2 away, at the time tying the ball game up at 2 apiece. But the Revolution added to their lead, took the lead and added onto it in the top of the 4th with a pair of runs. And that's the last time we've seen a run scored. So here Evan Crawford will lead things off against the righty Ian Durham. First pitch fastball misses low and outside, 1-0. Crawford in his first game with the Ducks is 1 for 2 with a stolen base. Singled in his first at bat, stole second. Was eventually thrown out trying to score on a Dan Lyons ground ball. Here he takes a fastball knee-high outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Crawford grounded out to shortstop his last time up. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Crawford falls behind 1-2. Right-handed batter working against the righty Durham. 1-2 pitch. Fastball just misses outside. And the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crawford would certainly be a valuable person for the Ducks to get on base considering his speed. Already has a stolen base in his Ducks debut. Here the 2-2 fastball misses low. And the count now is run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ian Durham pitched last night for the Revolution. Sorry, no he didn't. He pitched 2 nights ago for the Revs. As Crawford fouls off the fastball and the count stays full. Worked 2/3 of an inning on Saturday and relieved Dan Cortez, who struggled mightily and eventually got the loss. Durham stranded 2 runners on base when he entered the ball game. Here he walks Evan Crawford to lead things off at the bottom of the 8th. That's the first walk drawn by the Ducks batters in today's ball game, and that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So Long Island has the leadoff base runner on here in the bottom of the 8th inning and will bring the tying run to the plate, trailing 4-2. Crawford already has a stolen base today. We'll see if he tries to take off again with Jan Vasquez at the plate. And Durham will step off and stare Crawford back to the first base bag. Crawford had 11 steals and 14 attempts with the River City Rascals earlier this season in the Frontier League. Here Vasquez takes the first pitch fastball off the plate for ball 1. Again, this is the lone Atlantic League game currently ongoing. Somerset and Camden have the day off. The Blue Crabs and the Barnstormers play later today, as do the Bluefish and the Skeeters. The 1-0 to Vasquez. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Vasquez is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to short in the third inning. Popped up to the catcher in the fifth. Switch hitter batting from the left side here against the righty Durham. And Ian will throw over to first, and Crawford dives back in safely. Ducks are third in the Atlantic League as a team in stolen bases with 76. Now I'll make it 78, on the season. The 1-1. Vasquez takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. But Crawford adds even more speed to this team and will add speed further down in the lineup. Joash Brodin, who has the day off, certainly available to be a pinch hitter if the situation arises. Thought that maybe this could have been a situation where Joash Brodin could have been used as a pinch hitter. The 2-1 here to Vasquez is grounded over toward the right side. Backhand stop made by Tracy. The throw to first is dropped, and he'll say that Crawford is safe. Tracy made a nice play ranging to his right and then threw it on to second base, and it'll be ruled an E6 as Garcia just flat out dropped the ball. Well, sometimes you'll see an umpire say that the drop came on the transfer from the glove to the hand for the ball, but that time that ball was just outright dropped. So Crawford safe at second base on the E6. Vasquez reaches on the fielder's choice, 3-6, can't assume the double play there. So now the Ducks have runners at first and second, and nobody out here. And Dan Lyons will square around to bunt and pulls the bat back as the first pitch fastball misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Crawford with excellent speed leads off of second base. Vasquez leads off of first. 1-0 count to Dan Lyons as the Ducks look to play small ball here. He'll square and drop it down the third base line. A gorgeous bunt, barehanded by Castro. His throw to first is in time, but a successful sacrifice there from Dan Lyons. Advances Crawford over to third and Vasquez over to second. So 1 out and first base unoccupied. Sacrifice score at 5-4 if you're keeping track. And that'll move us back to the top of the order and Phelan Lentini.
Lentini, number 24.
Crawford leads off of third. Vasquez off of second. Solid speed for the Ducks with Lentini at the plate. First pitch fastball on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Lentini has 2 hits today. He's 2 for 3, including a 2-run home run back in the third inning, which at the time tied up the ball game at 2 apiece. Durham works from the stretch, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A weak cut there from Phelan Lentini, fooled by the fastball low, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Infield plays back with 1 away. They'll concede a run on a ground ball from Lentini. Ducks trailing by 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 to Phelan is grounded foul. Back towards the backstop. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Phelan lined out to right field in the first, had a 2-run home run in the third, and had a base hit in the 6th, along with a stolen base. He's responsible for 2 of the 3 hits for the Ducks in today's ballgame. Long Island could certainly use another one right here. Durham from the stretch, and he'll step off the mound as he stares Crawford back to the third base bag. Crawford is maybe 2 or 3 steps off of the third base bag, so not taking a large lead at all with one away. Phelan looking to get the ball into the outfield. Crawford has excellent speed over at third. Now Phelan will step out of the batter's box. So some cat and mouse between Ian Durham and Phelan Lentini. You step out, no, you step out. But now it looks like we're all set. From the stretch, the 0-2. Slider fouled off to the backstop. And Phelan able to stay alive. Outfield plays straight away against Phelan. Maybe the center fielder is shaded slightly towards right field, despite Lentini being a right-handed batter. Crawford off of third, Vasquez off of second. First base is unoccupied, and now Lentini will ask for time and steps out of the batter's box. Durham will work from the stretch. Stares the runner down at third, the 0-2 pitch. Curveball blooped shallow right center. Racing in is Justin Green. He will get there to make the catch. Crawford's going to tag up from third. Here comes the throw home, and it is not in time. Sacrifice fly from Phelan Lentini. He has all 3 runs batted in the ball game for the Ducks. And Long Island has trimmed the deficit to 4-3 here with 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning. That'll bring up Brendan Harris with an opportunity to tie up this ball game. 46th run batted in of the season for Phelan Lentini. Sacrifice fly to right field, scores Crawford, and Jan Vasquez held at second base on the play. So here's Brendan Harris, who has a 27-game on-base streak on the line here. Yes, he did reach on a fielder's choice his last time up, but that adversely affects his on-base percentage, meaning it doesn't affect his on-base streak. So right now 0 for 3. And trying to continue the streak to make it 28 consecutive. This might be his last opportunity to do so. Jan Vasquez leads off of second base. Durham works from the stretch. First pitch to Harris, a fastball outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. The Ducks have been able to scratch together an unearned run in this inning, and now Mark Mason will, I think, make an argument. And now there'll be a meeting between Rami Lewis and Alberto Espinoza. So that's another timeout used by the Revolution. It's their first timeout used in the ballgame, as Mason had only previously made one meeting to the mound, and that was to make a pitching change, so that didn't count as a timeout. Now both the Ducks and the Revolution have each used a timeout in this ballgame so far. Durham will work from the stretch here, the 0-1 to Harris. Curveball misses upstairs, and the count runs even to 1 ball and 1 strike. Of course, that's one of the new rules with the pace of play initiative in the Atlantic League. Teams are only allowed 3 mound visits over the course of an entire ball game that do not result in pitching changes. The 1-1 to Harris in there for a called strike, 1 and 2. So with limited meetings on the mound, the thought is that that will help speed up the pace of play, and so far it has. As there have been 13 finals in the Atlantic League since the pace of play initiative has started, entering today. Only 2 of those 13 games have gone over 3 hours in duration. Here Harris grounds one over to third. Castro fields cleanly and is thrown to first in time to retire the side. But the Ducks do scratch together an unearned run charged against Ian Durham on a sacrifice fly from Phelan Lentini. The score now 4-3, York in front as we move to the top of the 9th inning on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app, powered by Clear Vision Apps, has officially arrived. Buy tickets and stay up to date on Long Island's hometown team right on your mobile device. Download the app today for free by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. A new pitcher in the ballgame for the Ducks as we move to the top of the ninth inning. Now in the ballgame is Brett Lauren, who's normally been used as the closer now over the last couple of outings, but no save situation right now for the Ducks. Lauren comes in as the Ducks currently trail 4-3. 4 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for York. 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Ducks. Brett Lauren will try to keep it at a 1-run ball game and set up an opportunity for the heart of the order for Long Island to make a comeback in the bottom of the ninth. First pitch here to Bryant Nelson is a fastball knee-high outside corner for a called strike 0-1. Lauren's the 5th pitcher used by the Ducks today after Jared Lansford worked 5 innings as the starter. 0-1 here, misses outside, 1-1. Sergio Perez, Tommy Organ, and John Malone have each worked scoreless innings of relief since entering. That's not coming without somewhat difficulties as Nelson swings through the fastball and the count moves to 1-2. Perez allowed a couple of base runners in the 6th, wound up stranding 1. In the 7th, Tommy Organ stranded the bases loaded, and in the 8th, John Malone stranded 2 runners on base. The 1-2 to Nelson, fastball outside corner for called strike 3.
Strikeout by Brett Lauren puts another K on the critical Big League K board.
So first strikeout for Brett Lauren today, and overall that is the 8th strikeout of the ball game for Ducks pitching. That'll bring up Tim Battle with 1 out, nobody on. The Ducks have not worked a 1-2-3 inning at all yet today. Brett Lauren trying to do that for the first time as the fastball misses inside here, 1-0. Battle's 2 for 4 today after starting off his series 0 for 9 from the plate. Here he skies one, foul territory, first base side. Bill Hall's underneath it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 away here in the top of the ninth, and that'll bring up Ophilio Castro, who's been on base 3 times tonight and has scored 2 runs. Overall, he's 1 for 2. He's walked twice. In the bottom of the ninth inning, the Ducks will have their 3-4-5 batters due up: Lou Ford, Bill Hall, and Adam Bailey. As first pitch swinging here is Castro, bloops it over to right field. Lentini makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So the first 1-2-3 inning work by the Ducks today comes in the top of the ninth. Last chance for the flock as we move to the bottom of the ninth inning, trailing 4-3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at TheRinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back, and our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegliny.com/community.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Josh Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at psegliny.com/save-money.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire 15th anniversary season through live chats with Ducks players and exclusive video clips. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Life is better here.
Last chance for Long Island as we move to the bottom of the ninth inning here in the final game of this three-game series between the Ducks and the York Revolution. Closer on the mound is Stephen Penny. So Rami Lewis does not get the save opportunity. Instead, it's Stephen Penny on the hill as he'll look for his first save of the season. He's 3-1 in 40 appearances of relief this year with the Revs with a 2.35 ERA, 8 walks in 38 and a one-third innings of work against 34 strikeouts. So he's been very strong, and he'll look for the save as the first pitch to Lou Ford is a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Penny, the 6'7", 238 right-handed reliever from San Diego, California. From the stretch, the 0-1 is fouled off, and Ford has quickly fallen behind in the count, 0-2. 4 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for the Revs. 3 runs on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Ducks. That last foul ball from Ford got a piece of Alberto Espinoza behind home plate. So Warren Nicholson will walk the ball out to Stephen Penny himself to give Espinoza some time to recuperate. It's very interesting that Rami Lewis does not get the call here for the save opportunity. The 0-2 to Ford is a fastball that misses low and outside, 1-2. The one thing I could think of is maybe Mark Mason is thinking about going splitsies in this bottom of the ninth inning, potentially. You have the lefty Rami Lewis awaiting in the bullpen as Penny misses outside with the fastball, and the count moves to 2-2 against Ford. You have 2 strong right-handed batters to begin the inning, and Lou Ford and Bill Hall each certainly have the power to go yard and tie this ball game up with one swing of the bat. And then you have a lefty in Adam Bailey, who is due up third this inning. Rami Lewis is a southpaw. Stephen Penny's a righty, so maybe the Revolution thinking about going righty-lefty here as Ford swings through the fastball for strike one, for out number 1. Penny paints the black on the outside corner, and Ford just swung right through it. Was beat on that fastball outright, 1 away here in the bottom of the ninth inning, and that'll bring up Bill Hall. So Lou Ford's 0 for 4 today. Bill Hall is 0 for 3. In the middle of this order for the Ducks has not had a lot of success. Overall, Long Island has just 3 hits in the ball game. They do have 3 runs. They trail by just 1. They've remained in the ball game throughout the entire afternoon, but still trail. Need 1 big swing of the bat here to try to tie up this ball game. Penny works from the stretch with nobody on base. Works here against Bill Hall. From the stretch, first pitch fastball to Hall, misses inside 1-0. You have Adam Bailey, a left-handed batter, awaiting on deck. He'll get an opportunity, and then Cody Puckett, 2 batters away. Tying run at the plate. Ducks need to get 1 runner on base to bring the winning run to the plate in this 4-3 ball game. Penny comes set. He'll work from the stretch. The 1 out. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. So we'll see what the strategy here is for the Revolution. If Penny is to get Bill Hall out in this situation, would they keep Penny in against Adam Bailey or bring in Rami Lewis? The 1-1 here to Hall is swung through and foul tipped, and the count moves to 1-2. Penny's hat actually came off on that pitch. Not exactly sure how that happened. He does have a nice head of hair underneath that hat, but I guess it was loose or whatever. Nonetheless, Bill Hall has fallen behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Revolution have stranded 12 runners on base in today's ball game, and they have 4 runs to show for it, and right now that's enough. Scott Gorgon currently would be in line for his 4th win of the season, as Hall takes the changeup off the plate for a ball, and the count runs even at 2-2. Again, the Ducks will have off tomorrow, and will hit the road tomorrow night before starting off 3-game series against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland. They'll start that off Wednesday morning with a camp day over in Waldorf. 2-2 here to Hall, at the knees for a called 3rd strike. Hall vehemently disagrees, and now he has been ejected from this ball game. Had a couple of choice words for Warren Nicholson, and now Kevin Baez will come down and argue as well. Nicholson's had a pretty inconsistent strike zone throughout this ball game, and with the Ducks now down to their final out, Bill Hall showing some frustration. That ball was right at the knees, borderline pitch. It went in favor of Stephen Penny. So 2 out, and now Adam Bailey will step to the plate as a left-handed batter to work against Stephen Penny. And it looks like for the time being, Penny's going to stay in the ball game. No motion from the manager for the Revolution, Mark Mason. So Penny will stay in the ball game, and he'll look for his first save of the season. He'll go up against left-handed hitting Adam Bailey, tied for the team lead in home runs with 12, tied with Lou Ford for 5th in the Atlantic League. Can tie up this ball game with 1 swing of the bat. Takes a first pitch changeup at the knee for a call strike, 0-1. York trying to salvage a game out of this 3-game series against the Ducks. Long Island took the first 2 on the backs of strong starting pitching performances, as the changeup here to Bailey misses inside 1-1. It was John Brownell who threw 8 innings of 1-run ball Saturday night en route to his league-leading 11th win of the season. Yesterday, Bobby Blevins tossed his first complete game of the year, going 9 innings, allowing just 1 run for his 6th win of the year. Here, Bailey takes the fastball inside, and the count moves to 2-1. But today, Jared Lansford struggling on the mound, allows 4 runs, 3 earned, over 5 innings, and is currently in line for his first loss since June 16th. As Adam Bailey lifts one to right center field here, marginally deep, but playable for Sean Smith. He makes the catch, and that will end the ball game. Your final score, the York Revolution defeat the Long Island Ducks 4-3 here at Bethpage Ballpark and salvage a game here in this 3-game series. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up the day that was as the Ducks fall to the Rebs by a final score of 4-3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel. youtube.com/DocsBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers, Nicolak Pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on youtube.com/DucksBaseball and the Ducks official and LIDucks.com. Long Island drops the series finale against the York Revolution by a final score of 3-1 as we go over the post-game report here and the Nicolak post-game show. It was Jared Lansford on the mound for the Ducks against Scott Gorgan on the rubber for the York Revolution. And it was Gorgan that got the better of that matchup. As in the top of the second inning, we'd have our first runs of the ball game. 2 out, nobody on. Ophelio Castro would have a base hit up the middle against Jared Lansford, and then Sean Smith would take Lansford deep for a 2-run shot, his 6th of the season, to put the Revolution in front 2-0 at the time. Long Island would respond in the bottom of the third inning. Evan Crawford in his Ducks debut would lead off with a base hit up the middle. He would steal second base, advance to third on a ground out from Jan Vasquez. Was then thrown out trying to score on a ground ball from Dan Lyons. Lyons at first base now. He steals second, and then Phelan Lentini at the plate hits a 2-out, 2-run home run, his 3rd of the season and first home run here at Bethpage Ballpark, and that, at the time, tied up the ball game at 2 apiece. But the Revolution would respond immediately the next half inning. Bryant Nelson led off the inning with a walk. He stole second, and then Tim Battle struck out. Ophelio Castro walked to put runners at first and second base. Sean Smith then struck out, so 2 out, and the score was still tied at 2, but Alberto Espinoza with a bloop base hit to left field, scoring Bryant Nelson from second base and giving the Revolution a 3-2 lead. The next batter, Justin Green, dropped a bunt down the third base line. It was ruled an infield single, but Jared Lansford, when fielding the ball, tossed it onto third base, thinking that Brendan Harris was there to cover the bag. Instead, Harris was not there, and it rolled down the foul line. Ophelio Castro, who started off the play at second base, eventually came around to score on the E1, and that gave the Revs a 4-2 lead at the time. And that would be all that the offense that the Revolution would need in that ball game, as the Ducks were held in check by Scott Gorgan. Gorgan went 5 1/3 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. Lansford went 5 innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 earned on 9 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Both teams were then handed off to the bullpen, and the next time we'd see a run came back in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Ducks, as Evan Crawford led off with a reaching on a walk, then advanced to second on an E6, and then over to third base on a sacrifice bunt from Dan Lyons, and then a sacrifice fly from Phelan Lentini. Scored Crawford from third base and made it an a 4-3 ball game at the time. But then Long Island went down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning against Stephen Penny, who earned his first save of the year. And the Ducks fell to the Revolution by a final score of 4-3. So Scott Gorgon gets the win. He improves to 4-7 on the season. Lansford gets the loss, drops to 4-4. And Stephen Penny earns his first save of the year. We'll take a break, come back, hand out the Nicolak Player of the Game honors, and check the out-of-town scoreboard one final time as the Ducks fall to the Revolution by a score of 4-3 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers, Nicolak Pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center in Ronkonkoma. Uncover the perfect balance of memorable, award-winning service and the most central location Long Island has to offer. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center is located less than a quarter mile from the Islip MacArthur Airport with a state-of-the-art health and fitness center, high-speed internet access, a world-class outdoor pool, and the great food and fun inside the Brickyard Bar and Grill. There's never been a better time to visit the Clarion Hotel and Conference Center. Best of all, it's only minutes away from Bethpage Ballpark. The Clarion Hotel and Conference Center, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 585-9500 today. That's 631-585-9500.
And welcome back to Bethpage Ballpark for the final time today as the Ducks fall to the York Revolution by a final score of 4-3. Mark Schwartz here on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Time to hand out the Nicolak Player of the Game honors today. The Nicolak Player of the Game, despite the Ducks falling to the Revolution, is Phelan Lentini. Lentini goes 2 for 3 from the plate, including his third home run of the season, with a run scored, a stolen base, and 3 runs batted in. So Phelan Lentini is your Nicolak Player of the Game honor winner. Nicolak Retaining Walls and Paving Stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry for nearly 50 years. Check the out-of-town scoreboard one final time in the Atlantic League, as again, this is the only game that was going on underway this afternoon as the Ducks fall to the Revolution 4-3. Later today, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs take on the Lancaster Barnstormers, 7 o'clock first pitch at Clipper Magazine Stadium. And the last game to start today, the Bridgeport Bluefish take on the Sugarland Skeeters over at Constellation Field in Sugarland, Texas. That'll be an 8:05 first pitch over there. So that'll pretty much wrap things up for us here at Bethpage Ballpark. Once again, the Ducks fall to the Revolution by a final score of 4-3. Scott Gorgon gets the win, Jared Lansford the loss, and Stephen Penny gets the save. Be sure to tune in for our next broadcast. It'll come Wednesday morning down at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland, as the Ducks take on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs for the beginning of a 3-game series. First pitch at 10:35 a.m. Coverage will begin at 10:20 a.m. down there in Maryland. So for everyone involved with the broadcast, I'm Mark Schwartz signing off from Central Islip, Long Island, wishing everybody a pleasant rest of your Monday evening. Good night, everybody.